Broadcasting from the heart of downtown Hollywood. This is SoFloRadio.com.
I hope this is clean like it says.
Who the hell is this? Paging me
As
at
it says, hell.
5:46 in the morning, crack the dawn, and now I'm yawning. Wipe the cold out my eye. See who's this paging me and why? It's my man Pop.
That phone on the song?
Perfect.
Phone ring. Spot and heard the intricate plot. Some people want to stick me like fly paper, neighbor. Slow down, love, please chill, drop the paper. Remember all your peoples from the hill up in Brownsville that you rolled dice with, smoke blunts and got nice with. Yeah, little fame up in Prospect. Nah, them my peoples now. Love wouldn't disrespect. I didn't say them. They schooled me to some chumps that you knew from back when you was clocking minor figures. Now they heard you blowing up like nitro.
I just want to say one thing before the show starts. How can I pass this up to be in studio with the great Jorge Rodriguez?
Oh, you're too sweet, man. I'm not qualified to be on your show.
What do you mean you're not qualified? You used to produce the show when we first started at the old studio.
Yeah, but I'm not, like, I don't know anything about, the sports. Sports games.
You know plenty. Today might not be an all sports show.
Okay, well, good.
We could dive into other things.
You want to talk about Biggie?
Like the nice girl I met across the street.
Across the street from here?
At Mickey Burns, yeah.
Oh, you should have told me you were over there, man. I was over here, comiendo gofio, as they say.
What time did you get here?
I'm here like at 6:30.
Oh, really? I should have invited you to come over and have a drink with me, John Etch, and Magda.
And Magda?
Let me get her card.
I know Magda.
She gave me her card.
How many Magdas can there be running around?
Well, her that's her nickname.
Okay, she's
not her
tall.
nickname. Yeah, let me see here. She's Magdala Sanfleur. She's Haitian.
Okay.
She's a realtor. And before the show starts, I told her I was going to shout out her company, KW Elite Properties. Keller Williams, she's a realtor. So those who are listening to the show right now and want to buy a house, just call Magdala St. Fleur. I hope I'm pronouncing this right. St. Fleur. Am I pronouncing that right? Look at the card there.
Sounds good to me.
Magdala St. Fleur.
Magdala St. Fleur. Is
that right?
St. Fleur. St. Fleur. Les fleurs. It's French, right? French, that's flower. Les fleurs.
Exactly. You can email her at magdalast@kw.com. And also her website is magdalastfleur@kwrealty.com. Magdala Sanfleur at kwrealty.com. Those who are interested in buying a home. This is a nice young lady that I met while I was having a dinner across the street at Mickey Burns. Shout out to Mickey Burns. Nate, the bartender.
Yeah. I know that guy. Yeah.
That's how he laughs. He's always laughing. That's how he laughs. But good bartender across the street from the SoFloRadio.com studios. Mickey Burns. Do you visit Mickey Burns?
I do semi regularly, like not an everyday thing. But yeah, they're handy. I frequent places that serve Guinness on tap. So Mickey Burns, Whiskey Tango, places like that. I almost wore my Guinness shirt today, but thought I'd advertise the radio station here.
So the reason why you're here, George, before we get to the sports, because I know we got a lot.
Everybody bailed on you, man.
Exactly, a lot to talk about in sports. We got the Heat, we got the Marlins. The Marlins just won 11-6. We got the Belmont Stakes. California Chrome could become the Triple Crown winner since 1979, I believe, 1978-79. That was the last time there was a Triple Crown winner in horse racing. Also, the NHL Stanley Cup. We got some soccer we're going to talk about later on the show, and some tennis, and also some NFL news. But before we even get to that, the reason why I'm here, Han Solo, at the studio, SoFloRadio.com studios, is because everybody bailed on me. And starting with Johnny Pallett. Johnny Pallett, big time Heat fan, #1 Heat fan. He said he wants to be at home to watch every single bit of the Heat game. But I told him we have monitors here, right, to watch the Heat game.
Right? Yeah, we're gonna watch it.
And also we could, at when the show's over at 10 o'clock, we could go downstairs and watch the games down there too. But he said no, I want to watch the games at home. Okay. Troy Hall said he's not going to come to do the show until football season starts. And Dio's pussy whipped.
Dio had a hot date. Yeah, that's no other way to describe that.
Dio is totally pussy whipped. He another anniversary. Every time he cannot make the show, he makes up the excuse of saying that he has an anniversary. Oh, it's our 3rd-month anniversary. It's our 6th-month anniversary. It's our 1-year anniversary. So
it's our 3 weeks and 4-day anniversary.
Exactly. So Dio is totally pussy whipped.
Right.
So Jorge Rodriguez.
Here I am.
The legend himself.
Single guy, divorced guy, no bitches on me.
Decided to take over, and instead of not having a show, because we could easily said let's not have a show,
and then gone and watch the Heat game, and Mickey Burns.
Exactly. But I said I told George, I texted him, I go, George, I'm gonna come no matter what, and if you're willing to produce a show, co-host with me,
here.
You said I'm gonna be here. So
yeah, man.
And then what happened? There was no by the glass. You're welcome.
Yeah, because Brett's having a baby.
Having a baby.
And that we can't blame him for that because you've been there, and when the woman's ready to pop like any minute now, he didn't want to be away from home. They feel like it it could be anytime this week or next, and she's all how the pregnant women are.
Oh man, you got to be there.
You got to be there, and there's no option. I mean, it's your kid.
Does he know if it's a boy or girl yet?
I don't know. I don't know if he knows.
But a shout out to By the Glass. They're usually from 6 to 7, right? Every Thursday.
And very educational show. A lot of people think that it's just an excuse to drink, and I tell people it's not just an excuse to drink. All right, it's much more than that. But also, it's an excuse to drink. Brett knows his stuff. He knows every liquor, every beer, every wine. He knows how it's made. He knows the history behind it, and that's what they do. They talk about it. They bring the people on.
Yeah.
That if it's a beer, they bring the brewer on. The brewer themselves, the distiller, they bring the distiller. As if they're not dead. Like he can't bring Jack Daniels on, but he brings the person who's in charge of distilling it now.
Right.
And if something new is coming out, like craft beer right now is exploding. You know that. Like everybody's going craft beer crazy. So every week there's some new brand that's setting the world on fire, and also new spirits like Deep Eddy vodka to give Tito's vodka a run for its money. So they had those people.
Tito's, I heard, is the best vodka ever.
Tito's is amazing vodka. Tito's was recommended to me by a really beautiful girl that cuts my hair, and it's not expensive, and it's handmade vodka, and it's made in Texas. And so this Deep Eddy company opened up right across the street. It's like, well, we're going to make vodka by hand also, because Tito's, it's hard to keep it in stock. I mean, it's only $19 a bottle. It's not really expensive. So, but it is. It's really good, clean vodka. Now the Deep Eddy vodka, also very yummy, very delicious. You can drink it straight. But Deep Eddy has some flavored vodkas, not like Pinnacle. Every time I explain this to people, and here we are doing an alcohol show already.
Let's do it.
Pinnacle vodka, is good, but it's very sweet. Like they have the whipped cream vodka that the girls like a lot, and you really got to mix that with something. It's just really sweet.
Yeah, you can't drink that straight.
But the Deep Eddy flavored vodkas, they have like a grapefruit one, and my favorite, the black tea vodka. It's just delicious. I mean, it just tastes like tea. It's just infused with the tea flavor, but it's clean and it's light. It's not sweet. You just pour it on ice and enjoy it just like that. But
wow.
Or squirt some lemon in there or something.
Pinnacle's very, very. It's not expensive. It's very affordable.
Sure. So that's the show. That's By the Glass that usually precedes this. Well, we got an hour of separation so that we can do the whole clean.
But the benefits of doing the show on Thursdays for John Etcher, the sports heads, is that we get the leftovers of By the Glass.
Yeah, that's a nice perk.
we always get the leftovers.
Like on wine days, there's like 6 half-empty bottles of wine. They're not going to keep. So
and if Dio fills in, he's totally drunk doing the show. He's producing the show.
Dio's a mess with that.
He just messes up. He doesn't know what he's doing on the board. But thankfully,
I won't make you feel bad. I'll mess up. I'll mess up a few times.
But you're okay. I forgive you because you're not the regular producer of the show, but you were the producer of the show when we first started. A year and a half ago?
Yeah, sounds about right.
At your house when we used to do this
studio,
the studio at your house, and now we're doing it here at downtown Hollywood.
Beautiful studios. Yeah, the house was very comfy, but it was too ghetto. and at the time when I started SoFlo there at the ghetto apartment, it was just my man cave. You know, I had a house nearby there, and that was just my playhouse. And then you know, I got the divorce, so now I have to live there, and it was getting very difficult to have all these shows there all the time. Especially we were outgrowing it. We got a lot of shows going on here at the studio now. Yeah. And like I couldn't have I needed a place to live. I mean, the studio was my living room. Basically, this table was there, and
when Kyle would show up, he would pound the table.
The poor neighbors, the poor neighbors downstairs, man. Kyle's pounding and yelling and getting all animated, which is good, and that's fine. But he's stomping on the floor, and I'm like, Kyle, man, I miss Kyle. Whatever happened to him? What's he doing? Rapping?
Yeah, he's rapping.
Hippity hopping.
He's on what do you call that website where you do where you put your music on there? It's not iTunes,
like SoundCloud,
something like that. But it's like a hip hop website where you put your. I'll get it.
Is he black? You know, because you were trying to talk racial stuff.
I think his dad
You're
is black.
talk racial stuff at some point today, right?
His dad is black and his mom is white.
He's a white black man.
He's a wigger.
No, a wigger is like a redneck that thinks he's black and acts like a black guy. I think like Kyle's black but with white skin, like an albino black guy, which I've seen.
With red hair.
With red hair.
Yeah.
It happens. It happens. That's rare though, because I saw Kyle and he's talking.
I was sensitive about asking him, "What are you, Kyle?
What are you? Just
are you an albino?"
Not that it matters or anything like that, you know.
But yeah, that was back in the days when we first started.
Kyle's fun to party with.
We had Joe Bach, and we also had Natalie. That now she's on 94.9.
Right.
You know about that?
Yeah, I know about it because I'm still like we're Facebook friends, and she posts and everything, and her husband. I don't know if you got to go on Vimeo and watch their marriage video.
No,
the wedding video of Natalie and her husband. It's the best wedding video ever done in the history of the human race.
Are you serious?
Ever done in the history of the human race. It's awesome. I'll put it on like before we leave. Remind me, Natalisa's. It's on Vimeo because it's too quality to be on that ghetto YouTube.
And where did you get married at? Was it in Dominican?
So it's like I don't know, some church of the Holy Catholic or something.
Really?
I don't know. You know, they're Dominican, right?
Yeah, they're Dominican. But she's on 94.9. Those who know that Natalise was on. You know, I don't want to say I gave her first start, but
sure. She interned on my show, and then
exactly.
And then she interned. You know, she was on your show for
she was
a
a
while.
co-host, yeah.
Yeah, but she's you know, she wanted a paying job, and like everybody does, so off they went.
And she's doing fine over there. I listened to her with the reggaeton. You know, I wouldn't say I'm a big fan of reggaeton, but I like to listen to, especially those that went to school with me at CSB. And I like to see what those guys are up to, and congratulations to Natalie. She deserves it. She's very talented. What'd you say?
She is very talented.
Yeah,
no question.
In all ways.
She's right. No, she's pretty. She's well spoken. She's got a personality and an amazing sense of humor.
Amazing.
Yeah. I like your little Natalie story. We're taking pictures for when she was on my show. We're taking pictures and everything, and you know, and I'm having like pose. She goes, "What are you gonna do with that?" And I'm gonna Photoshop your face on a naked woman so that I can masturbate later. And pretend that it's you. And she goes, "Really?" And I said, "Yeah, but I'm gonna put it." Take a shot. Yeah, but I'm going to put it on a woman with really big boobs because you know Natalie does not have big boobs.
But she did have some.
She had a booty.
She had some back.
Those Latin guys. It's
she had some back.
That's the trade-off. So I said, I'm going to put it on a picture of a woman with really big boobs, and she goes, "Oh, thank you so much." So
now, are you a breast man?
She was a sport. No ass, man. That's how I know I'm Cuban. I like the food and big asses. I like big butts.
Me too. I rather have a woman with, you know, my wife has a nice,
you know, the boobs. The boobs don't last forever. And they go through changes,
and they get saggy after a while.
Whatever, and you get a good spruce up. But the ass is like, if you don't have a good ass, there's really not a lot you can do about that. You can always go get a boob job, but you've seen the ass jobs. You know that's a thing.
Definitely.
Oh, that doesn't work. And you can like, if you don't have like the natural hips, you can work that ass. You can work out all you want, and you'll just get a bubble butt. You won't get that shapely ass.
So when women they get ass plants, like. Yeah. After a while, they got to get rid of those.
I don't even know.
Are they stay in there for the rest of your life?
You know, you'd think I'd know something about this, but I know about fake boobs because my ex, I bought her some fake. But
women who get fake breasts, they use after 3 years, they got to get rid of the implants and get new ones, or how does that go?
No,
they can't stay there forever.
Yeah.
No.
Yes.
Really?
Sure.
I thought they were.
Well, here's the thing. I'm an expert on this because remember a few years ago, silicone had a really bad reputation, and they were banning silicone implants and everything like that. Well, what happened is, okay, all right. Here's the thing. Technically speaking, a body can be allergic to anything, but silicone is glass. It's glass gel. It's like you can be allergic to silicone like you can be allergic to glass. Glass is the most inert substance. That's why you can put acid in it. You know what I mean? It's hypoallergenic. You know, if you have a glass earring, it's not going to react to your skin. So this notion that women were having a reaction to silicone, not like it's not possible, but it's very unlikely. More likely, there was it was an infection during the procedure. The bags weren't clean. The instruments weren't clean. The operation wasn't clean, or the woman is crazy and wanted to sue or didn't like the job. You know, there's a lot of extenuating factors out there. My ex-wife got, like, before that all broke loose, she got silicone. And in the
90s?
Yeah. Yeah, and they're still there. And the doctor that she got was like the best doctor in town.
Was it a good job?
The best job ever. Best job.
You can still see the...
No, she got no.
You can't see the cuts and all that
she got a master. His name was Dr. Bergdahl, and he retired like a year later. And went through the nipple. Like, there's hairline. Like, you would have to get right up close there. Like, if I didn't tell you where the cuts were,
really,
you wouldn't know.
Wow, that's
pretty
good.
She was standing in the room, and I said, you would have to get up there with your lupa, with your magnifying glass before you could find where the cuts were.
Wow. Because when you watch those old porn movies, you see the bad jobs.
But they weren't.
The nipples weren't one's
like,
going up and one's going down.
Underneath and cuts in the arm. They put them under the arm. The cuts are under here or underneath, and they look gross. No, they were fantastic, and they didn't look fake. They looked very real.
How many cups?
She went to a D.
To a D cup, and she was.
Well, she's 5'11", man. This is a big woman with a big frame.
And she was originally what?
Like B+, C-. But after she had the first kid, she started having the self. Of course, my ex, is a horrible person. She just bitched about everything, and I stepped up. You
think she listens to the show?
Especially your show. She's a fat shut-in.
She doesn't listen to your show?
She doesn't care about anything.
I won't say every time I listen to your show, because I listen to your show all the time.
She doesn't listen.
Fridays from 12 to 3, right? Every Friday?
Right. But not tomorrow. Vamos a la playa. Tomorrow I'm going to the beach.
You're taking a vacation
I'm taking a day off. I'm taking a day.
No way.
Dude, I was going to go today, but I had so much to do with the internet. The internet was out, and I had to switch everything back. And
how are we going to survive? How about
I'll do a show next week. Last week with Boca and Jeff Cohen from Pizza Loft, that was a hard show to beat. So I need some time to plan another good show.
Okay, because
book some guests.
The hardcore listeners of the George Rodriguez show could be.
And that's what I do it for. I make more money.
Well, make sure you rebroadcast maybe last week's show.
Sure,
since it was great.
Right, that's what I'm going to do.
Because us hardcore listeners, we don't. One day without one Friday without the George Rodriguez show. What the hell are we going to do?
You're sweet. So seriously, she doesn't listen. Serious thoughts. So the ex, she never listened to when I was on with Neil. She never listened to Neil. Never listened to any of the shows that I did on SoFlo. She never listened when I flew. She doesn't care. She only cared about stuffing her holes. That's all.
You talked about it last week when I was listening to your show. You said she cares about stuffing her holes.
Fat shut-in. That's it. She's the most uncomplicated person. I mean, she's selfish. She's pathological. She's like very single-minded. She wants to sit in the bedroom and get high and watch TV. And the only time that she'll get up is if she has to go to the bathroom or there's an opportunity to stuff a hole, and then she'll move.
Are you guys done with the court stuff?
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. I mean, I could still be fighting. I got really hosed.
She can't hold this against you. If she would listen, if she were to listen to the show,
she can drop dead. She can't do anything to me anymore.
Okay,
as long as I don't miss a payment.
Okay.
And that's the thing now. She's bleeding me dry.
I'm saying she could record the show. Oh, look what he's doing. He's talking about me every single day on the show.
She's a sack of crap. She's the worst human being that ever lived. She's worse than Hitler.
Worse than Hitler?
Hitler was good to some people.
Why did Hitler commit suicide?
Because he didn't want to be taken alive.
No, because he took a look at the gas bill.
Oh! You warned me you were going to be doing ethnic humor on the show today.
We got some racist jokes tonight. Later on the show.
If you heard last week, we started out with some racist humor.
You never heard that
Jack?
One?
No,
Is that a good one?
That's a good
one.
Is
that funny?
Write that down.
Why did Hitler commit suicide? Because he took a look at the gas bill.
You're a bad man, man. You're going to burn in hell.
Well,
unbelievable. But my ex is worse than Hitler because Hitler was nice to Ava, his girlfriend.
Yeah.
See, so he was nice to at least one person.
But getting to the racist stuff, and we'll get to the sports. Maybe we will not get to the sports because this is the John Edge show. It's not the John Edge Sports Edge show because there's no sports heads here.
Right. Just half a head.
Just John.
I'm just John and the heads because I'm a big fat head. Everybody knows that.
John Etch and George Rodriguez.
And I'm a head.
And this might be the start of something, George.
Hey, I'll stick around.
If I get good and I text everybody, I text blast everybody to listen to the show that it's not going to be all sports because I get some like especially my wife and there's some girl friends that I have, not girl,
right.
not gumas or not
friend girls,
mistresses, yeah, exactly,
female friends
that I'm that I'm acquainted to, and I told them tonight's going to be a show where there's going to be a little sports in the majority of the time, the 2 hours that we have here on SoulFlowRadio.com. We're going to be all over the place, but since we're talking about race and racist jokes. And this is not a racist joke because we all know what happened to Donald Sterling, the owner of the Clippers.
Yeah. He's a racist joke.
Yeah, exactly. Well, he has approved that the sale of the Clippers goes to this former CEO of Microsoft, Stephen Ballmer. He's going to buy the team for like $2 billion or something like that. But I'm curious to find out your opinion before we go to break here. We got a couple minutes before we go to break here.
Right.
George, is that well? Let me get to my opinion first. Okay, Donald Sterling. We can admit that he's a racist. Okay,
right.
But then again, he was recorded in a private conversation, and I don't hear anybody saying. And this could sound wrong. This could sound, oh, John H. What the hell are you talking about? Whatever happened to the code of mistresses? Where they used to keep their mouth shut.
That's funny. Do they have a code?
They have a code.
They're whores, man. They're whores.
But they have codes.
Who said?
Back in the days.
Where did you read that? When? I don't remember that day. First of all, I never had a mistress, but I don't remember that day.
I don't want to get to the specifics because I'm married now, and I've been through some experiences. I've known people, and especially through my family, through uncles, and all right, I'm going to say my dad. where if you had a mistress, the mistress would keep quiet no matter what. Now, this chick here, Steviano, whatever her name is, V. Steviano, nobody knows her first name yet. Yeah. She comes out in public and saying, she comes out with this conversation that she had in private. It was a private conversation. And that's what bothers me the most, George, that it was private.
Right. And
she comes out and just totally, this man's life is just totally just ruined. He has to sell the team. Everybody, and I'm not admitting that he's not a racist. He is a racist. You could obviously tell by the conversation that he is a racist. But whatever happened to the code of mistresses when they should keep their mouth shut?
See, I never heard this code. I always thought a whore is a whore. And she'll sell you out. You must be thinking of the old days, like
that's what I'm talking.
Like the Renaissance days when they had these courtesans and they graduated from an academy and they were introduced to you by a lady and they had that. Is that what you're talking about? Those kinds of mistresses? Because you look at that bitch with the collagen in her lips.
Yeah.
And she says she's half Mexican.
She looks like a tranny.
She's half Mexican. She does look like a tranny with a salad shield on her face, with a sneeze guard on her face.
Oh God. And she's wearing a visor for no one can see her face.
Can you say bitch on your show?
Of course you can.
Any whore that looks like that's playing an 80-year-old man, she's playing him.
Definitely.
She says she never had sex with him, and he said that he was trying to have sex with her, and you can't trust a whore. You can't. They're a whore. They're selling their body for money to an old man who's married. She has no standards whatsoever. She does not have a conscience. You can't trust anybody like that. Now because the smartest thing that I heard in the wake of all that thing is his wife. I love her. She came out in defense of him, in defense of her husband, and she said, my husband has dementia, right? And I'm like, no kidding. He's what, 83?
Of course he does.
My booby has dementia. What are you talking about over here? He says all kinds of crazy stuff. I believe that. I believe her.
She's acting like a Spanish woman would do. A Spanish woman goes through her man no matter what he does. A Spanish guy could beat her woman down, could cheat on her, and she would still stick by his side. And that's what in a way she's kind of doing that.
If he's paying the bills, yeah.
Exactly.
If he's paying the bills and spending time with the kids, yeah. It's like, mind your own business.
So
But yeah, I don't understand this code of mistresses that you're talking about. I never heard of that.
I don't know. I just feel like if and I'm just speaking.
Because she was
I'm
getting
going back
paid
to the
enough.
70s
If she
and
had
80s.
any integrity whatsoever, she wouldn't be a whore. But she was getting paid enough. She had a car. He put her up in a house or an apartment or something like that. Like
now she has to go through this. I wouldn't say embarrassment, but she has to go through all this. What happened to her in New York, and I'm pretty. Let me write. I wrote the notes down here. Steve Yano gets allegedly punched in the face by 2 white men outside the hotel in New York City.
Oh, good, good, yeah.
If we had an applause button, we were.
I got one somewhere.
Applause those white dudes for punching her in the face. But I'm just, if it's private, and if, George, if they were to put a camera in your home,
Lordy,
Would people say, not knowing you, and I know you, there's a lot of people that know you, and I know there's not a racist bone in your body, there's not a racist bone in my body. My best friend's a black guy. I've had relationships with black girls before I was married. I'm not a racist, but if they were to put a camera in my house, or they were to put a camera in your house, people would say that don't know us would say, we're racist, but we're not. It's just.
I don't know. I try and really the only time that I'll violate this code is in the name of humor. But my black friends know where I stand.
Yeah.
And so do my gay friends, for example. It's like I got licensed to tell gay jokes because my gay friends know that I'm on their side. I'm pro-gay marriage. I'm pro-equal rights. I'm pro-women's rights and everything. Then anything that I say is strictly out of jest because, and I feel the same way because, I'm Cuban. If I hear somebody talking bad, speak this and speak that, but it's somebody who's a friend of mine who I know, invites me to their home and our children play together. I know how they really feel, and I have a sense of humor. And my friends have a sense of humor, and we're men. We have a sense of humor with each other. But under normal circumstances, I wouldn't say anything about a particular race or about gay people that I wouldn't say if they were standing right there in the room with me. Like God forbid that they should hear me say anything like genuinely racist.
Right.
Like, like I wouldn't know what to say to them. Did you see Jonah Hill? He did this big apology on Jimmy Kimmel because he called a paparazzi guy was verbally attacking him.
I didn't see
and
that.
He called him a faggot.
Okay.
And it got out there, and he's got a lot of gay friends, and he did this, on national television. He did this whole apology to the LGBT LMNOP community, and and I would feel the same way. I just, I was reared in the South. That's my joke. I was reared in the South, and I'm still sore about it. I was raised down here in really rednecky places, and in the Redlands and in North Carolina, they talk really racist.
Yeah.
And in my youth, I was part of the crowd. I was normal, and I'm embarrassed by that now. I made friends eventually. I made black friends and gay friends eventually, and I'm ashamed of how I used to talk. So I try not to do that anymore. But I don't have any genuine racist opinions.
Yeah.
But I'll crack a gay joke. And everything. And
We just did a racist joke a little while ago. Yeah.
But that
doesn't make us a racist, right? It doesn't make us.
I know that I'm not a racist, and I
Yeah.
tell people I don't think that I'm better than anybody because of my skin color or where I was born or my ethnicity. I don't think that I'm better than anybody because of that.
Yeah.
I think I'm better than everybody because I'm George.
Yeah,
See?
exactly.
I'm not racist. I'm meist.
Jack Frost has been here, and we've done like ethnic jokes in front of him.
Well,
and
we did it because I'm getting ready to go to Montana. So this is a good subject you brought up.
You going to Montana?
I'm going to Montana the first, like July the 9th for
No
2
way.
weeks. And my sister made it a special point because I'm going up there to visit my sister and her daughters. And 3 out of 4 of them are married, my nieces. And she makes a special point to call me to warn me how racist her sons-in-law are. I'm like, I used to live there, right? I used to.
But you don't look like if somebody were to see you.
No. She's just afraid that they're going to offend me with the comments that they make about like black people and gay people and everything, and I'm like, well, whatever. I mean, I'm used. I've been there. What I like that me da gracia. That cracks me up. What do you do with these people that have never left that? They're in the basins with 1,000 miles of wilderness all around them.
Exactly.
Rocky mountains and evergreen trees and everything. They'd have to drive 3.5 hours to see a black man. So my comment to them would be like, "What do you know about the black man? What can you possibly like? We're thick in them where I live. What could you possibly know about gold tooth pants on the ground, swaying black guy? What can you possibly know about these guys? Larry Dog, the comedian, the local comedian.
Right.
He invited me. I went to A couple of his events was all black,
Yeah.
like I'm the only white guy there. Hysterical, fun, wonderful, but I can have an opinion. I got something to say about it. You've got something to say about it. You've dated black chicks.
Yeah.
What do these guys know in the middle of the woods? Because I know there are no black people. Seriously, in a 1,000-mile radius, there are no black people. For them to be racist, I'm like, racist to what? That doesn't make any sense.
I'm very fortunate to grow up. I grew up in Chicago. For those that know me, I was very fortunate to grow up in. It was a multi. Well, I wouldn't say multi because it was a Polish neighborhood I grew up in. We were the first Spics to come into that neighborhood, and then all of a sudden the Puerto Ricans moved in, the blacks moved in, the Polacks started to move out. But
they're called Poles. Did you ever see Streetcar Named Desire?
No.
You ever see that with Marlon Brando? Yeah, let me load a break here. It's busy. He was Marlon Brando did a whole thing on that. He goes, the one girl that was visiting their house said you called him a Polak because he's Stanley Kowalski called him a Polak. He goes, I'm not a Polak. People from Poland are Poles, but I'll tell you what I am, and that's 100% an American, born and bred in the U.S. of A. It was a funny sign.
But I was saying, I grew up in a neighborhood full of. Like I said, it was Polish, it was Puerto Ricans, blacks. We were the Ecuadorians. It was just full of different type of races, and I benefit from that because when I came to Miami, you got your blacks living here, you got your whites living here, you got the Cubans living here, then you got, it's just everybody's spread apart, and that's not the way I grew up, and I don't have one racist bone in my body, and Jorge Rodriguez doesn't have any racist bone in his body, right? George?
No, I don't. Here it is. Gypsies, man. I hate gypsies.
They steal everything.
Gypsies, they're thieves, they're scum. They ripped me off when I was a little kid. They ripped me off as an adult.
Yeah.
I hate gypsies.
We had a gypsy in Chicago in our neighborhood, and we used to box in the neighborhood with boxing gloves, and he had some shoe horns from a horse in his
the horseshoes?
Yeah, the horseshoes.
You see these gypsies?
Exactly.
They're scum, I tell you.
All right, the Marlins won 11-6, and the Heat are NBA Finals tonight at 9 o'clock tip-off. They'll be playing the San Antonio Spurs. The San Antonio Spurs are favored by 4 points. That's a 9 o'clock start. Like I said, a lot of so-called experts are picking the Spurs to win over our Miami Heat. A question we'll get into later on during the show. What would happen to the Heat if they don't win the championship this year? Is LeBron going to leave? Will LeBron stay and they'll rebuild around him? There's a lot of questions that we need to answer if the Heat don't win. But if the Heat do win, I think LeBron stays and he goes for number 4, George.
Wow.
4 championships. They've already been to the Eastern Conference 4 times, and this is their 4th time in the NBA Finals. So that starts at 9 o'clock. We got hockey. The LA Kings won last night 3-2 in overtime. And again, the Belmont Stakes, can't wait for Saturday. California Chrome, 3-5 favorite. If he wins on Saturday, he becomes the Triple Crown winner since 1979.
How about that?
How many years is that? From 2014,
79, you
like
want me to do
35
math
years,
in
right?
my head, yeah.
Exactly. After a couple of beers. So a lot of things going on in sports, and so excited because I'm here in the studio with my man.
Yeah.
I love this man very much.
Thank you,
Jorge
man.
Rodriguez.
Love you too.
All right, SoFloRadio.com is the website you need to log on to, and we'll be back, I guess, after these short messages.
And a drink.
Here we go.
Breaking terrestrial radio balls. SoFloRadio.com.
Put a team of professional consultants behind your home or business computer with Key Information Solutions, providing solutions to your internet and computing needs while keeping you on the cutting edge of technology. Preventative maintenance and networking support, hardware and custom-built computers. Let Key Information Solutions be your personal tech staff for your home or office with affordable hourly, monthly, or annual rates to fit anyone's budget. Call Key Information Solutions now, 954-973-3374. That's 954-973-3374. Or visit keyinformation.com.
When you're ready to actually lose weight safely and steadily while being monitored by a physician, the Weight Loss Clinic of Dr. Kim Jacobson is there for you. The family medicine practice was established by her father in 1956 and continues as a medical practice that now specializes in weight reduction. Dr. Kim Jacobson joined the practice 20 years ago as both a family medicine practitioner and weight loss specialist. The Weight Loss Clinic utilizes a combination of appetite suppression medication and vitamins to produce great results, usually 3 to 4 pounds per week for most patients. Now you can change your lifestyle while still enjoying your own food, just less of it. They offer a choice of 2, 3, or 4-week plans. So whether you just need to lose a few pounds or a lot, the Weight Loss Clinic of Dr. Kim Jacobson can help you. They're located at 5454 Northeast 4th Avenue in Miami, just 2 blocks west of 54th Street and Biscayne Boulevard. Call them at 305-751-0091. They'll be happy to answer any and all of your questions. That's 305-751-0091. Get started on a beautiful new body today with Dr. Kim Jacobson and the Weight Loss Clinic.
Pizza Loft, if you wanna go Italian and see Jeff Cohen's ponytail. You'll have great Italian food that's made by a Jew who has lovely painted nails.
Hey, Donnie, how long we been on this deserted island?
A long time, Lonnie. So long I'm starting to fantasize about food.
Yeah, food from the pizza
I
loft.
sure could go for one of their gourmet pizzas right about now.
Or lasagna bubbling with cheese and oozing with tomato sauce.
Stop it, stop it. You're making me think of their great manicotti and sensational Italian sandwiches.
Yeah, but there's nothing to eat here unless you want to gnaw on this old lamp that washed up on shore.
Speak to me, guys. What can I do for you?
Hey, look, Donnie, a genie.
I'm no genie. I'm Jeff Cohen from the Pizza Loft.
Wow, Lonnie, all our dreams are coming true.
Okay. How about some great homemade pasta or calzones and lots of that homemade Italian garlic bread?
Pizza Loft does catering, Lonnie. They can cater this whole
Hey,
island.
hey, wait a minute, Donnie. We only get 3 wishes, don't we?
Oh, no. At Pizza Loft, your every wish is my command.
Oh, then how about $1 million? A dozen babes. A way to get us off this stinking island.
Sorry, guys. I only do Italian.
For lunch, for dinner, for office, or home catering. Step up to flavor. Step up to Pizza Loft.
By the Glass.
By the Glass is a show about beverage culture.
Brad Hubbard.
What I'm going to do is I'm going to connect the dots on how everything works together. It's really all about how we enjoy things, how we enjoy life, and how beverages play a big part in that. I'm going to bring in people that are going to display their aspect of the culture. I'm going to bring in people that are going to show you different products. We're going to look at places where people go to consume these beverages and how they all interact. Things are built around the actual beverage itself.
By the Glass. Thursdays from 6 to 7. Only on SoFloRadio.com.
Finish the drink while we're sitting here, man.
Finish it up. Let me log on to SoFloRadio.com right here, real quick. Let that play for a little bit.
Sure, man.
This is a classic.
This is one of the songs like this. Like I have love-hate relationship with them because when I was a DJ in Montana, this is the kind of music that we would play. The adult contemporary. The general manager and program director he had the worst taste, so it was just like the collection of all this lame music. But I liked Andy Gibb and the Bee Gees and everything. Right. So the songs that we liked, we wound up hearing them all the time because we would always skip all these horrible, crappy songs that he had us playing. But I like this.
Chris Hutspeth's in the house. Chris Hutspeth's in the house. Chris, this is a legendary show here. It's me and George only.
That's it. That's all we got. And Jen.
What's up, Chris? We'll get you on the mic. Go, do what you got to do, and then we'll come back.
With George Hutspeth. Yeah, I almost wore my...
you just got in.
Yeah, I'm going to go settle down.
My I Heart Yoga. I love yoga. I Heart Yoga.
Settle down and come back and get ready. We'll get you on. Second half of the show at
we're talking lots of sports.
The 9 o'clock. We're not even doing sports today, George. I mean, Chris.
A little bit.
Just a little bit. But what was I saying? I lost my train of thought.
We were talking about Andy Gibb.
Oh,
shadow dancing.
It's amazing. You know, I give thanks to whoever. To Pandora.
I thought you were going to say Chango, but Pandora's good too.
Chango! Guadalá!
Que Chango te bendiga! But that's so inside, man.
You know what?
If you're not Cuban, you don't know from Chango. Man.
Exactly. But when I take a shower, when I go take a shower in the evening, I take my phone in the shower, and I told my wife already, when I'm taking a shower, don't bother me. With the kids, don't come knock on my door to do something. I'm taking a shower. I take it like about an hour to take a shower.
That's good, man.
First of all, I take a crap before I take a shower.
Yeah, that's the right time to do it. Man.
And then I turn on the shower. I let it run for a little bit. I turn on Pandora. And I decided...
It's me time.
Exactly. I decided to put like 1970s music. And Andy Gibb came on.
I have a waterproof Bluetooth speaker with a suction cup.
No.
Goes in the shower with me. Yeah.
You can put it in the shower?
Yeah, it can be wet, and then you control your phone from the...
Come on.
I'm telling you, it's like a ball. They come in different colors. I'll show you on Amazon. They're like $29.
Oh, you gotta
Somebody gave me one. They have different styles of them. But yeah, you get a little bit wet. You stick it right on there, recharge it, and you can turn the volume up, skip tracks, and everything.
Come on.
Yeah. No, I'm with you. I don't know if I take like maybe an hour total in there, but I got my pumice. I pumice my feet.
I do everything. I shave. I take a crap.
Sure. I exfoliate.
Clip my toenails.
I got the back brush. Right? No, it's like
just don't bother me, please.
I manscape.
Exactly.
I give myself a manicure.
I'll probably put on some porn on
shower porn. I need the waterproof screen. Forget the Bluetooth speaker.
But that is my time.
It's easy to do that kind of maintenance in the shower.
It's true, George. It's like I escaped from everything, and I just decided to put 70s music. And Andy Gibb came on, and I had tears in my eyes because I remember these songs growing up in the late 70s and the early 80s, mid 80s, whatever you. And I said I'm gonna play these songs during the show on Thursday. So, I obviously gotta play the hip hop, but we'll play another Andy Gibb song later on, and that's the name. What is it called? I can write it down right there, George.
Another Andy Gibb. I just want to be your everything.
I want to be your everything. That's a another classic song.
It's part of my collection right here.
Exactly. And then I go to LL Cool J, Big Ol' Buck.
Hey,
that's a variety we have here on the John Mitchell Sports Day show. Exactly. All right, Heat and Spurs tonight, 9 o'clock start. San Antonio's favored by 4. Like I said before, the so-called experts are picking the Spurs to win this series. But Charles Barkley, Fat Man Charles Barkley, comes out and says that he likes the Heat after he hated on the Heat for so many years. He comes out and says that he wants not that he wants, but he's predicting that the Heat will win this series. And that's a 9 o'clock start. Let me give the schedule out before we move on to another subject here. The schedule of the NBA Finals. Okay, so we have tonight, Thursday, 9 o'clock start. The Miami Heat are in San Antonio. And then on Sunday, they take a two-day break. They move to Sunday, and that's an 8 o'clock start in San Antonio. So we got tonight in San Antonio, on Sunday at San Antonio, 8 o'clock. And then we move on to Tuesday in Miami, and that's a 9 o'clock start. So late. I don't understand, Georgia, and that they oh man,
what are we talking about? Daylight savings time.
They wait to the western people that live on the West Coast. They 9 o'clock start. The game's gonna end like at 1 o'clock in the morning. I'm gonna be sleeping.
Right,
I gotta wake up at 5 o'clock in the morning the next day.
That's the price we pay for being on the East Coast. And you win some, you lose some.
Yeah.
Because on the other hand, everything happens here first. The ball drop on New Year's. That's all New York. So. Yeah,
So they're catering to the people that live out west. What's the cutoff there? Is it the Mississippi River? I know Chicago is 1 hour behind.
There's 4 time zones, so it's a 3-hour difference. 1, 2, 3,
so we got
4.
Eastern. We got Eastern time.
Eastern, Central, Mountain, and Pacific.
So we got there's 4. Okay. So we're catering to the people that live west of the Mississippi, I guess.
Yeah. Well, they are. They are west.
Yeah, so we're catering to those folks, and I guess it's understandable, but this game is going to be, if it starts at 9 o'clock here on Eastern time, the games are ending like 12:30, 1 o'clock, and if they go to overtime, they're going to be 1:30 or something like that. But that's just the way it is. And then on Thursday the 20th, it's I'm sorry, let's start over again. Today at 9 o'clock, Sunday at 8 o'clock in San Antonio. Next Tuesday at 9 o'clock, and then next Thursday we'll be doing a show at Jada Cole's, 9 p.m. start here in Miami. And then they go Sunday, the 15th of June in San Antonio at 8 o'clock, and then Tuesday here in Miami at 9 o'clock, and then Game 7, if there's a Game 7, Thursday the 20th at San Antonio at 9 o'clock. So before it used to be 2-3-2. 2 games for the home team. Then they will go travel to the visiting team for 3 games and then come back and play 2 here at the home team. But the format has changed. It is now 2-2-1-1-1. So, and I think that's the better format in my opinion. There's a lot of people that like the 2-3-2, but I like the 2-2-1-1-1, where it's 2 games at home, 2 games on the away, and then 1 at home, 1 away, and then 1 at home. So that's the schedule for the NBA Finals. Last night in the NHL Stanley Cup, the New York Rangers lose to the LA Kings 3-2 in overtime. And I haven't sat down and watched hockey in a long time. And I know Neil was a big hockey fan. He was.
Yes, he was.
What was his favorite team? The Maple Leafs, Toronto.
Yeah, Maple Leafs.
And yesterday I sat down and watched the whole. Well, I was switching. I wouldn't say the whole game. I was switching back to the Marlins and the hockey, and it was a very entertaining hockey game. The New York Rangers lost in overtime to the LA Kings. The LA Kings are obviously the best team between these 2 teams, and the Rangers are there. They're I wouldn't say they're a Cinderella team, but they're probably the hottest team in the NHL, and they come into LA King last night and they into LA Coliseum and they lose to the LA Kings 3-2 in overtime. In Major League Baseball, the Marlins won today 11-6, and Jacob Turner looks like he got the win. That's 2 in a row for Jacob Turner. The Marlins brought up 2 guys that I never heard of from the minors. Last name Bohr and Real Mato. And the Marlins are doing some type of changes here and there to get the team a little better. They did send down Dietrich to the minors, hitting very well, but his fielding was just horrible. And reading today in the Miami Herald, Redmond comes out saying that Dietrich, even though he's hitting well, that's not everything. You need to be an all-around player, and I think he has, I read 7 to 10 errors throughout the season so far, and that's the reason why he was sent down to the minors. So, Donovan Solano starting at second base. They brought up a couple guys, Bohr and Real Moto. Real Moto's a catcher, and Bohr looked like he DH'd today, and he had a couple hits. So that's pretty good for the Marlins. Also in soccer, Ecuador versus England yesterday here at Sun Life Stadium. The stadium that used to be called Joe Robbie Stadium, Jorge Rodriguez.
I still call it that. Us old people. Still call it that.
Before it was called Joe Robbie, and then it was called Pro Player Stadium, right, and then Sun Life Stadium, and so many changes. But it's now called Sun Life Stadium.
Wasn't it like Fruit of the Loom Stadium there for a while?
Fruit of the Loom Stadium. And I was hoping for I was going to go to the game, but my daughter's birthday was yesterday, so I couldn't go to the game. But it looked like they didn't have a lot of fans out there. It was a lot of empty seats. It was a 3 o'clock start for some reason. I'm not sure why they decided to have that soccer match at 3 o'clock in the afternoon. And Ecuador tied England 2-2. England will be playing Honduras this Saturday at Sun Life Stadium. And what happened with the Fort Lauderdale Strikers on Saturday? I heard that was here on SoulFlorida.com.
Yes.
Play-by-play by Bruce Silverman.
Right. We had it on.
And the Cosmos are a very famous team that was, I would say, in the 80s. They were very popular, and they came back and played here in Fort Lauderdale. And I'm not sure what was the outcome of the game, but
me either, embarrassingly enough, because I'm not the sports guy, so
exactly.
I wasn't listening. It's Saturday night. It's daughter time.
Exactly.
I was doing daddy-daughter stuff.
But that game was being played live here on SoulFlorida.com.
It was, indeed.
And
George will look
it up. And in tennis, the French Open, Nadal looks like he's playing Andy Murray for the semifinals on tomorrow. So that's
looks like the Cosmos won.
The Cosmos won? What was the score there? Jorgito.
I'm looking.
Maybe we should call Bruce and
let's call him up. Bruce, what was it? You think Strikers Cosmos scored and it would come right up, right?
Yeah.
You'd think.
Hey, but I think that's a huge thing that. Well, they had the Strikers at the Scorpions. Who are the Scorpions?
That's the next one, yeah.
Yeah. But
San Antonio
Scorpions. Hey, but I'm excited that the $4 strikers are here on SoulFlavor.com, George.
Me too. We got a lot of stuff going on. We got 4 new shows starting. The first of the new shows starts on Saturday. You know, we got Larry the Amigo Milian, who started last month with us, and he's bringing some friends aboard. So for a total of 4 more shows on top of that. You know, 2 more shows on Saturday, a show on Tuesday, and then a show on Wednesday.
Nice.
Yeah, we're filling up the studio, and you know, that's why we had to move. I wouldn't be able to put all these shows on if I was like living there. I'd be like, get out of my house, you people! I need to, you know, take my pants off.
We wouldn't know where to park, too.
Right. Well, I mean, I got a plenty big enough parking spot, but man, when it rains, I don't know if you remember when it rains, that parking lot floods.
Oh,
and people tracking mud in, and I'm vacuuming all the time.
How were the neighbors that were living downstairs? Were they complaining?
You know, they like me a lot, but I know that they were being just really good sports, because you got a lot of people up there, all us heavy-hooved people with our hiking boots and stomp, stomp, stomp. It could not have been a good scene for them downstairs. But they're really cool. We've been cool with each other. You know, I've had that place for 13-plus years.
13 years.
Yeah, as my little man cave. I was going to get a divorce that long ago. That was going to be my divorce apartment.
And how long have the people downstairs been living there?
More than that. They've been there like 16 years.
Really? And you're friends with them? You guys?
Yeah, I mean, they're old.
They're knocking on your door if they need sugar or they need salt.
You know, like we're very helpful to each other. There's been a lot of weird things going on there on both our parts, and we've helped each other out over the years. Since they're older, like you know, like the husband has had some surgery lately, so I'll go down there and I'll take out their garbage. If they bring something heavy in, like, you know, one time they bought a new microwave oven, and you know, I'll do the heavy lifting, like Junior, like I'm their son who lives upstairs.
Right.
They knock on the door and I help them out, and you know, and handy stuff because they're old, so they needed like an extension cord.
You don't see that nowadays.
And rewiring and everything, but they're my neighbors, and they're nice, and for their part, they don't call the cops on me. You know, I've had some after parties there, man. I've been out here, like downtown, locally, when they were shutting bars down, and me and my drunkest skunk friends were not done. You know?
You come to your house,
and we stumbled our asses up the stairs, you know, and put music on, and we're dancing and arguing and yelling. But my favorite story, now that I can talk about this.
Now that you can talk about this.
Don't
tell me the orgy story.
No.
Okay.
I'm not going to tell you the orgy story. Which orgy are we talking about? No, one time I got a phone call at 4 in the morning. This is when I still lived at home, and that was just my playhouse. I got a phone call at 4 in the morning from the neighbor lady downstairs, and she says, "George, sorry to wake you up, but I thought you might want to know there's a woman standing on a ladder outside your bedroom window, and she has a screwdriver. She's taking the screen off."
Are you serious?
At 4 in the morning on a Sunday morning. And I thought, oh my effing God. Because and I thought, and should we call the police? And I go, no, I have an idea who it is. One of my former friends, because, man, there's all sorts in this town. One of my former friends, his wife was a pill-chewing addict, you know, like Rush Limbaugh. Like, she was the oxy chewer and everything, and she would get drunk and all oxied up. And then, and like, I don't even know if it was a combination of sleepwalking or just drug-addled stupors. She would run around trying to get more of whatever she could, you know, and you know,
uppers or downers,
like the pain pills.
So that's downers.
The pain pills, the downers, and everything, and she would get drunk. So anyway, she was in there trying to rip me off. She was going to break in and like look for money or something like that, because she would take her husband's key and come over and root through my stuff and like take, you know, money or whatever I had. Like, she took a wall clock off the wall one day. It's like, where's all my stuff? So I took everybody's key away. And like 2 weeks later, I get this call, and I'm like, I knew it, man. I knew that there was this bitch coming in here and ripping me off. But yeah, there was all kinds of.
You would strip search the guys that come in, well, the people that would come in your house and just take everything off.
No, I'm gonna get one of those metal detectors though.
Here's a picture.
Did you get the drink in there? Because it's important.
Take a picture of me, please.
Absolutely. It's important to get the drink because it's part of my reputation. Looking good. That's good.
Soulful Television. I got Mr. Clean, the commercial, Mr. Clean in between the shows.
Really? They put that? That's on the video feed?
Yeah, Mr. Clean.
We're looking. Every other video streaming service charges like money. Even them, to get the commercials off of there, they charge money.
You know, I was reading the Herald was it Sunday, and I get a subscription of the Herald every day. You know, they put it right there in front of my. I don't want to say stoop because in Chicago we call it stoops in the stairs.
Yeah, yeah.
But
a stoop.
But right in front of the house. And the front page, George. My God, the headlines. The name of the article is "Dodging Bullets."
Okay. By the way, 0-3 was the score for the Cosmos. Striker 0, Cosmos 3.
Jeez.
Yeah. Oh, jeez. There you go. I just noticed it. It was right there in front
of me. Cosmos won 3-0.
Yeah.
The great Pelé played for the Cosmos in the 80s. That's why the Cosmos are so and Giorgio Tinali.
I know him because
me and Bruce can have a conversation about soccer because my dad was a professional soccer player.
He dated Chucha.
Chucha.
That was his girlfriend.
Chucha tu madre.
You know her, the blonde, the
Ecuadorian language.
Yeah. Child star, children's TV star.
In Spanish, that's a bad word. Chucha tu madre.
No, chocha.
No, chucha.
Is it chucha?
Chucha's Spanish was a bad word too.
Yeah, but I never heard.
But the Ecuadorians say chucha tu madre.
I never heard that.
It was like F your mother. But going back to the article I was reading at the Herald, in the Herald, the name of the article was "Dodging Bullets." Now, when you hear that,
yeah,
headlines, front page of the Herald, "Dodging Bullets," what comes to your mind?
Somebody dodging bullets, like somebody's insulting you, taking shots, accusing you of stuff, and you're trying not to get any on you. That's what comes to mind.
Good.
You know, like somebody's asking you tough questions,
good guess.
Putting you on the spot.
But the article was about. It has been 8 seasons since a storm has hit South Florida.
Okay.
Hurricanes.
Right.
So I get pissed off right away. I'm calling the Miami Herald. I go, I want to end my subscription right now. Why would you print an article like that cursing South Florida?
Right. Because you know, asking for it.
Exactly. Us, you know, those who like sports, who play sports. There's a code in sports, and maybe maybe Chris knows about this because he played sports. There's no way if you got a no-hitter, if you're a pitcher and you're pitching a no-hitter, right? Okay. And somebody calls you and says, "Oh, Chris Hudspeth's pitching no-hitter." You just totally curse the guy, right? Because you just mentioned his name. You said this guy's pitching no-hitter, and now he's going to give up a hit.
Oh, you put like the voodoo on him.
Exactly, the voodoo.
Mojo.
Or if a hockey goalie has a shutout throughout 3 periods. And all of a sudden you call some, hey, guess what? Lundqvist has a shutout. And all of a sudden there's a goal scores. You know what I'm saying? Something like that. That just comes to mind. So the Herald prints on an article says, "Dodging bullets, 8 seasons since a storm packing hurricane with force winds has made a landfall in Florida."
Yeah, they're asking for it. They're jinxing us.
Guess what? There's going to be a hurricane this season.
Is there?
The Miami Herald has just totally jinxed South Florida.
Don't say that.
I don't know.
No.
This young lady, but it has been 8 seasons that you know, and we all know, we all lived here. How long you been living here, Chris?
16 years.
I've been here 20 years.
Whatever. Well, you know, I used to live here, then I went away, but whatever, 69, 100 years.
And we all have experienced a hurricane, right?
Or
just a tropical storm, right?
Wilma.
Sure.
It's the worst. There's long lines at the gas stations. You go to Home Depot. People are buying so many. You know, it's just total chaos. So the Herald is bringing a curse to South Florida.
I agree. A pox on. Let's curse the Herald.
Boom.
I'm gonna go get a chicken. We were talking about chango earlier.
Watala.
I'm gonna get a chicken and some maracas, and let's curse the Herald.
I'm superstitious when it comes to things like that. I don't know if you guys agree with that or not.
It's all good.
The sports guys are very superstitious.
Yeah, the sports guys are very superstitious.
You guys are like, you have to put the left shoe on first and jump over the lines.
Right.
Can't step on the chalk.
You have your lucky underwear.
Right.
Yeah.
All that stuff.
But on Sundays, nobody's working. You get up in the morning. The kids are still sleeping. You get your coffee. You open the front door. You get the paper. And guess what?
Boom. There it is.
Dodging bullets. I'm calling the Herald. I'm saying I'm canceling my subscription to the Miami Herald. What are you guys doing? You're cursing South Florida.
Yep.
And that's me just being superstitious. I don't know if you guys are superstitious. George, are you superstitious?
I think it's wrong. No, but you know, it doesn't hurt to
do you remember the last time a storm hit South Florida?
That was horrible. And I don't even in those days. I was all ready. I had a house with a generator.
Yeah.
You know, I don't have anything.
I don't have
like
a
that.
generator. Yeah.
Yeah. Nope. Not anymore.
We got the
shutters. I had expensive shutters. That's how. By the way, that's how the reason that we weren't hit 6 years is after the previous one. I bought really expensive shutters, really expensive ones, and I said now that we've invested like $5,000 in expensive shutters, we're never going to need them because that's how Murphy's Law is with me. It's like we're never going to need these shutters now that I bought them. There's never going to be another hurricane down here. But now that I'm out of the house, you see.
Are you one of those guys that prepares early when you see that it's in somewhere in Africa and already the people at Channel 7, the weatherman in Channel 6, Channel 4, they're saying it's coming. Go to Home Depot, get all your canned goods, buy your wood to put plywood over your windows. Are you one of those guys that starts doing it real early?
If by early you mean half an hour after it hits after landfall, then yeah, really early. You know what I'm good at? I'm good at stocking up early, but when it comes to putting up the shutters and all that crap, I'm like, that's too much work. Going shopping, it's like, woohoo, I'm going to go buy batteries. That's fun man stuff.
Yeah.
You
should have that stuff already.
Yeah, you should have that stuff already. And I go and I get the gas for the generator and I have all that stuff. But when it comes to putting up the awnings and dropping that down and the wireless drill, no.
We used to own a townhouse and we used to do all that stuff. But now that we own a home,
wait for the last minute.
We have the hurricane windows in the front and we have the Oregon shutters. Is it the Oregon shutter? What do you call them? The accordion shutters that just shut them and put the key in there and close them. And then that's it. And we have a big, huge tree in the back that could fall down and just freaking crush us. But I'm just totally pissed at the Herald. I'm very loyal to the Herald. I buy their paper every day. Like I said, I have a subscription, and I was so pissed on Sunday. I was like, why would you write something like that? You're totally cursing us. You're ruining our Sunday, the day we barbecue, the day we watch sports, the day we, some people go to church, some people go to the beach, skating, bike riding,
Sunday,
yes,
bike riding. I call it the Miami Heraldo. El Heraldo.
The Miami Heraldo. And I was just, it totally pissed me off. So
I don't blame you. I'm with you. Curse you, Harold.
Like I said, I'm a sports guy, and I'm very superstitious when it comes to stuff like that. Like I said, if you're pitching a no-hitter and all of a sudden somebody calls, hey, guess what? Henderson Alvarez is pitching a no-hitter. His next pitch is a base hit. Or if whoa, what happened there?
Oh, that was an accident. Se me fue la mano. Ignore that guy.
Or if Lundqvist or some type of goalie in the NHL has a shutout going for 3 periods, and hey, guess what? Lundqvist has a shutout going, and then all of a sudden they score a goal. The Herald decides to freaking write an article like this, dodging bullets. And the name of the article is Dodging Bullets. 8 seasons since a storm-packing hurricane with force winds has made a landfall in South Florida. Wow. Well, I'm not looking forward to that. I just, I'm...
Hopefully it'll go to Ormond Beach. Something.
You know how the faith healers, the guys that the church guys, they say don't come to South Florida, and they make it go to another state. they destroys those people over there. I don't get it.
They always say it's because of the gay people. That's why it comes here.
or the people in Santeria, like you,
totally. Look at my beads.
Chango, yeah.
I should get some.
All right, let's go to commercial real quick, and we'll come back with some more sports. Well, I guess I'll give you an update on what's going on with the Heat.
I'll put the Heat game on.
There you go. Put the Heat game on, and I'll log on to ESPN.com, and I'll give you guys an update what's going on with the Heat game, and we'll also get into some other
stuff. We're your Heat game companion. You have us on your computer while you have the Heat game on the TV.
There you go. What else? Dan Marino withdraws his name from the list of people saying that that are suing the NFL.
The concussion people, yeah.
You aware with that?
That's mainstream news, yeah.
We'll get to that one.
Yeah.
I want to know your opinion on that, and I'll let you know why I'm sleeping better.
All right.
When we come back, SoulFlowRadio.com. Keep it locked.
At SoulFlowRadio.com.
We do big things. Jesse Campo.
Looking up, bringing God into my
with her new release, At Last. South Florida's own Jesse Campo. At last, available on CD Baby and iTunes. Jesse Campo. Log on to jessecampomusic.com.
Hi, this is George. You know, trying to get laid all day makes me hungry, so I go to Power Smoothie in Aventura and get the healthiest wraps and most delicious smoothies ever made. I mean, really, the smoothies are so insanely delicious, they're orgasmic. The staff is friendly there and cute. The food is healthy and real, not processed. This is not fast food, it's good food served fast. And they love me there. They even let me create my own smoothie, the Malted Jorge. Go in and ask for one. They're in the Promenade Shops right off of US 1 in Aventura, or call them at 305-792-5338. You can also visit them online at powersmoothieaventura.com.
We're rewarding you for something you already do, listening to us. It's Radio Loyalty, and it's an easy way for you to get free stuff. All you do is sign up. Go ahead and click the banner now. You'll earn points as you listen. Points you can trade in for great products and services in the Radio Loyalty store. You can earn even more points when you share your favorite station with friends on Facebook and Twitter. Radio Loyalty. It's free to sign up, so click the banner to join now.
CBC5 is the executive liaison for all your building compliance needs, serving South Florida from the Palm Beaches to Key West. CBC5 delivers 5-star service that brings...
what's this ABC, BDQ, or whatever?
CBC5. It stands for Complete Building Compliance.
Oh, I ain't building nothing, so what can they do for me?
Well, they do more than plan review and permitting. They help the little guy cut through red tape.
I got duct tape holding together my carport.
Well, CBC5 can help. Let them deal with bureaucrats. They helped Jorge Rodriguez solve a sewer lateral problem, and they saved him a ton of money and hassles.
By City Hall, who can do that?
CBC5 can do that. Now, if you'll excuse me, I have a commercial to finish. Contact Shoddy the Hottie at CBC5, 786-255-3851, or log on to cbc5.net. That's cbc5.net.
The most important online radio station.
It's easier than ever to listen to SoFlo. On the air and everywhere. On any computer, any mobile device, iPhone, iTouch, and anywhere you are, just hit SoFloRadio.com. Tell your friends about South Florida's radio network, SoFloRadio.com.
This is the song you want to hear.
You and me been
That's
finding
it.
each other for so long, and the feeling that I feel for you is more
It's a sing-along song, but I'm not gonna.
Come on, sing it.
Dude, I can't hit these notes, and I'm a little... I don't know why I'm a little hoarse today. Not hoarse, but just a little like I got a lot of velvet in my throat.
My favorite movie is Saturday Night Fever, man.
Dude, I lost count of how
I
many
wanted
times
to be like Tony Manero, man. He was my hero.
Saw that in the theater. That's how old I am.
I wanted to be him in the back seat of that car when they were banging that girl.
What very good music that was. I can't hit these.
You might have to play some Bee Gees Staying Alive or something.
Yeah,
and I'll start dancing. They can see us on YouTube, right?
Yeah. Yes, they can. They can see us dance. I got some moves.
You got some moves?
Sure. I mean, not like brand new, fresh moves.
Yeah.
But like the old school moves, I do them all right. I do okay because, you know, I go to raves and I hang out with the raver kids. I took my daughter to Plur Awareness at the park right over here at the Arts Park on Sunday with all the... I took the pictures. I put them on YouTube.
I did see those.
We were making bracelets and we were spinning our poi, you know, the balls on string and stuff, and the girls were really nice, and some of the, you know, there were other moms there, so there were other people my age and everything. Because it's a really positive scene. That was the whole purpose of it. Is one of the girls, Kristen Tiki Doll, she threw it because she was tired of all this negative stuff that's out there about the raves, and it's just all kids in their underwear and drugs, and everybody's like, oh, it's just an excuse for kids to get in their underwear and take drugs. And I go, it's not just an excuse for kids to get in their underwear and take drugs. It's also an opportunity for some good dancing.
Let's promote the show real quick. John Answer the Sports Heads. We're on every Thursday from 8 to 10. The Heat game has not started yet. They're in the huddle.
Let me know if you want audio.
They're conversing. You get the article on? I mean, the audio on the...
Oh, on the air? No.
No, okay.
I mean, not like right now. I could... Because, you know, we can do anything here.
LeBron James, 2 times NBA Finals MVP. There's Tim Duncan, 3-time Finals MVP. It should be a good series. Hopefully our Miami Heat could win three-peat. But going back, our show is John Etchen, the Sports Head, SoFlorida.com, every Thursday from 8 to 10. And we have a new viewer, new listener who logged on, tuned in. Magdala, St. Fleur. I met her this afternoon at Mickey Burns, and she's
should have just invited her over. Come watch the show.
I was going to tell her, but
we have an audience chair here.
She had to do something, so she had to take care of some business. But she's one of our new viewers. She's logged on, tuned in to SoFlorida.com, John Etchen, the Sports Heads. So before we went to break, we said a couple things. Oh, there's one of my Skittles.
I hate that. My Skittles go flying.
You want some more Skittles?
Yeah, actually.
Take some more.
Thank you.
That sugar rush.
Oh, boy.
There you go.
That's all I need.
Dio, every time I bring Skittles, Dio just takes the whole pack. And speaking of Dio, I wonder what Dio's doing now. He's all pussy-whipped.
Yeah, well, I can't talk on the air about his situation.
Yeah, I know. Well, I'm not going to put his business on.
I mean, I'm going to talk about my ex, but I don't want... And by the way, I don't want any future prospects to think that... I'm going to talk trash about you if our relationship ever ends. It's just that this woman was particularly evil. And so, like pure evil. Like absolutely nothing good about her. She's an evil person. She's the devil.
954-990-0036 is the number to our studios here if you want to call in with your sports questions or with your questions about anything. We talked about the article on the Herald saying that we might get a storm this year.
Ask us about the metric system.
The metric system. We're talking Santeria. What else did we talk about today?
Racial humor.
I got some more before we remind me before we end the show.
No, I got some material there too.
We talked.
I'm working on a thing.
You're working on a thing.
I'm working on a thing. Yeah, I'll explain it to you. I talked about it on the show.
We talked a little bit about horse racing at the Belmont Stakes on Saturday. California Chrome. If he wins, he'll be the first Triple Crown winner since 1979, and that's one of the questions that was brought up during the week. What's harder, to become a Triple Crown winner in horse racing or to become a Triple Crown winner in baseball? And we, those who follow the game of baseball know that last year Miguel Cabrera did hit for the Triple Crown. He was the best in average, RBIs, and in home runs. So hopefully we get to see the Triple Crown in horse racing on Saturday in New York at the Belmont Stakes. The NHL playoffs. I'm sorry, the NHL Stanley Cup started yesterday. The New York Rangers lost to the LA Kings 3-2 in overtime. We already know the Marlins won 11-6 today. And in soccer, Ecuador and England tied 2-2 in the afternoon yesterday. And the French Open, Rafael Nadal versus Andy Murray in the semifinals in tennis. But one thing that I really want to get into is that sleep apnea is one of and I did some research on this because I was diagnosed with sleep apnea, and there's a lot of people have sleep apnea.
Sure, my ex.
Really?
Oh yeah.
Was she a snorer or was she one of those?
Good dude, like a chainsaw that needed a tune-up.
Really? Because a lot of
every 5 minutes, like wake her up. What do you want? You're snoring, roll over something, and then 5 minutes later.
Because a lot of people that have sleep apnea don't really. Some people snore. Some people.
It's dangerous, man.
With me, I'm not a snorer, but I will hold my breath.
Yeah, no, it's dangerous.
While I was sleeping.
Exactly. Yeah, and then you gasp.
So I was waking up in the morning tired. Throughout the day, I was, exhausted, and I was wondering what the hell's going on with me, And then I went to the doctor, and he told, low testosterone. You need to, get on these steroids. And I used to put these sprays on my shoulders.
Yeah. I thought they went on your armpits, man.
No, it was on my shoulders.
Okay.
I forgot the name of it. Whatever. Some type of spray I would spray on my shoulders for my testosterone. Will get up, but. It wasn't that, man. I was diagnosed with sleep apnea.
Sure. Wow, that's
so guess what? I'm sleeping with a mask on.
I was just going to say, do you have to have the mask and the air compressor? I bet your wife loves that.
No coochie coochie.
I had because my ex, not only did she have apnea, but she had like really bad asthma, so she had to, and when it was acting up, she had to hit the nebulizer, which is the same air compressor. The same air compressor, but this the nebulizer atomizes the medicine, and so she's got to inhale this medicine, but it's got to be pushed into her lungs with the air compressor.
Wow.
So it's the same compressor that you have to use.
Yeah, but the thing that I was diagnosed with, my sleep apnea wasn't as bad as other people have it, like those people that really snore really bad and really hold their breath for a long time while they're sleeping. I have to adjust mine to 4.0. And the lady who gave me this equipment said there's people that go up to like 12.0.
Yeah.
So mine is really low, 4.0. So, and the good thing about it, it's not a big mask. It's not like a gas mask you're wearing. It's just something that goes around your nose.
Right.
And it straps around your head, and that keeps that, secure there in your nose. So when those times of, when you're trying to hold your breath, your air gets through your...
It pushes air in.
Exactly.
It goes over the threshold.
And right away, I noticed the next day I was...
Wow.
I was like, I was good to go. And I was amazed because I had energy the next day. I wasn't falling asleep. And just a story. A couple months ago, I was after a show here at the studios here in SoFloRadio.com. I would go home and I ran over like 20 cones. I fell asleep while I was driving, and it messed up my car.
Thank you for sharing that. I mean, that's very honest.
Yeah, I was. And
like those strips, those things that stick up.
Yeah,
they're called delineators.
And then the other time I ran over like one of those big cones that were on the right side because for some reason like every time I leave the studios here on Thursdays there's only one lane open on 995. I live all the way in Wetchete.
That's right. Wetchete, right next to Sweetwater.
Little west of Coral Gables, who know that area there. There's only one lane open, and I'm like driving, and all of a sudden I fall asleep, and then I wake up, and then I get out of the car, and the right side of my car is all messed up, and I lose my fog light, and
wow,
so stuff like that happened while I wasn't using this mask. But now that I'm using this mask, I'm energized, I have energy. I could go out and play golf in the afternoon without being tired. I go out with the kids. Do whatever we want to do in the backyard with energy, and it's helped out a lot. But the only thing that it's just kind of annoying, George, is that you have to, when you can't have those days when you feel like you want to hit the skins, or you want to make love to your wife. You got to kind of plan out, because there's not one of those, you can't do those when you could just get next to her and get next to her and just spoon her and just start.
Have you tried Ambien?
And just do it. You can't do it because you got the mask on, and it's just.
Yeah, she can hear you coming, right?
so
no stealth approach,
So now I gotta tell her, okay, I feel like can we get busy? Can we get busy tonight?
Yeah. Is that the code?
Yeah. Before it was just we're in bed and I just get next to her and then just whatever happens. But now I have to warn her in advance and let her know that let's do it. And I won't put the mask on, and so
maybe you could have special pajamas. Then that could be the signal. So like the red. Always wearing the red pajamas. He's got the red silk jammies on. I better spritz.
But it took a while to get used to the mask being on your face.
Oh, that sounds awful.
It took about 3 days. And I had the imprints of the straps on my face when I woke up in the morning. But thankfully it's helping a lot. So like I'm hype in charge right now, man. I could do a 5-hour show right now, and I'm ready to go. Before I used to do, I would do an hour and I would feel kind of sleepy and drinking it will make it worse because drinking.
Sure, yeah, it's a downer. Right?
It's a downer, right? If I was doing coke like I used to in the '90s,
I'm sleeping better now too because I don't have that chainsaw in bed with me. Not only that, but she was really fat. She still is. What I mean, when she rolled over, it was like an earthquake. But how the bed is. It's like if something pushes down on, it comes crashing down on one side, it lifts you up on the other side. So she would send me flying into the air. When she would roll over, she'd pick herself up because she's so fat. You know how fat people. She couldn't just roll over like a normal person, first the lower half, then the top half. She'd have to push herself up off the bed, and then kind of put herself into the new position, and then let herself drop. And when she did,
she was that big when you married her?
No.
Oh.
But when she dropped on the bed, it would send me up into the air. Like, I would wake up and I would
Come
be
on.
airborne. Like, what the
Are you
hell?
serious?
What the hell's going on? Yeah.
Literally. That would happen.
You want to guess her weight?
When you first married her? Or
No,
after?
now.
240.
250.
Wow.
Yeah.
I'm 240.
Yeah. And she's 5'11", so that's a big woman.
5'11", 250?
Yeah.
Jesus, Mary and Joseph. Wow.
Yup.
Well,
Jack Spratt.
Speaking of weight, I've been now that I'm doing the mask, I'm eating healthier now. I'm waking up in the morning. My wife has breakfast for me, hard-boiled eggs with some fruit for the morning.
Good.
No coffee. Maybe just one cup of coffee in the morning.
Man, I can't live without coffee.
I have one cup, and I don't have it right away. Before I used to go straight to the 7-Eleven, get a cup of coffee. Now I wait till like 8 o'clock and have a cup of coffee. But it's made a difference. It's made a difference. It's made me. I feel better.
Yeah. You take vitamins?
No, I don't.
Oh, you should take vitamins, man.
Really?
That's important.
That make you feel better?
Well, in every way. I saw a
Adderall,
thing.
Molly's.
Yeah, not those kind of vitamins. No, like a multivitamin, because you just never know. I mean, you can eat right, but nobody ever eats as good as they ought to. Like, you have to eat right every meal to get all the vitamins that you really need to be getting. And you know, just like one multivitamin will take care of all that. You know, all the stupid little thing, like I'm not getting enough potassium, you know?
Right.
And that can cause a health problem. You never know what one thing you're not getting that can lower your immune system and let you get something, or your bones are getting brittle, or your eyes. And multivitamins are cheap. I get the adult gummies.
I cut fast food.
Oh yeah, that's important.
And soda.
Yeah.
And
I drink.
It's been you know, I've been. You know, I do cheat a little bit, like with the carbs, with the pasta and stuff like that. But
that's hard not to.
You know,
it's so yummy.
Exactly, but you know, the in the morning, it helps. It's been helping a lot with like I said, the hard-boiled eggs, the fruit, PBJ sandwich.
It sounds like you're saying horrible eggs, man. Are they that horrible?
And then you know, during lunch, you know, a turkey sandwich, and then during dinner, it's hard to not eat all the bad stuff.
I know.
Because your mom, you know, I eat dinner at my mom's house a lot, and you know, Spanish.
Oh yeah.
Spanish
arroz,
and the beans and
sure,
and the stuff like that. But you know, those who are listening right now, you know, if you want, you could do it. Anybody could do it, man.
Mm-hmm.
You got to do it, man. And especially those who have sleep apnea. You know, if you know that you hold your breath and you're having trouble with sleeping at night, you're waking up exhausted. That doesn't necessarily tell you that you're just, you know, especially if you're in your 30s or in your 40s, automatically you say, oh, my testosterone is down. It can't, you know, it's not necessarily that. You need to be.
You should try all the smart stuff first.
Right.
You know, the healthy food, the diet, the exercise, the vitamins, and then if you're still feeling weird, you know, then it might be something else.
Right.
But a lot of the times, the things that, and especially the older you get, a lot of the things that make us feel bad is our bad habits.
Yep.
Because, you know, we used to be able to get away with it. It's like, why am I feeling this way now? Because when you're young, you're like a cockroach, man. You can eat anything.
Exactly.
And process anything and deal with anything. And then the older you get, your body's less able to deal with all that stuff. So you got to take care of your body. It's like any piece of equipment, like a car. You take care of it, it'll last a long time. New car, you rev it, you know, it's. When it starts getting miles on it, you gotta, you know, and the sooner you start, the longer you last.
You know how I've noticed that I've been doing pretty good is your poo poo.
Oh yeah, there's a chart. There's a chart online. Somebody posted it on Facebook.
My poo poo is not like when I used to sit down, when I used to eat unhealthy. It used to be like when you sit down, you go.
Yeah.
That's how it used to sound. Now it's like.
Yeah.
And it's real, and it's like light brown.
Yeah, and it's supposed to be, yeah, exactly. Like
and it smells pretty bad.
Well.
but before it used to be like just totally like it wasn't diarrhea, but it was just like like one of those, you know. But now it's like smooth,
and it's not supposed to float because that means it's got a lot of fat content.
Oh, really?
And that's what the chart said, man.
There's a chart for this?
There's a chart, the different consistencies and everything. But yeah, but it's
so you gotta show me. You gotta show me this chart, and you also gotta show me what the thing that you put in your.
Oh yeah, the speaker. Yeah, the shower.
That's two things you need to show me, Joe, before I leave.
Right, and I forgot what the other thing was. I thought there was something else too.
I think that was it. Yeah, I think that was it. But going back to doing the poo poo, I've noticed it's different. It's like I said, you're not getting that borderline diarrhea.
Right. It's like IBS, which you don't eat right. Things are going to happen.
Right.
Bad things.
Right.
I'm glad you're being healthier, man. Be healthy. Live a long time.
Yeah.
Biking.
Okay. Now I need to get. I walk a lot because when I play golf, I walk. But I need to get. I either join a gym. I want to do some swimming.
Okay.
I heard swimming is like one of the best
I bike
things
to the
you can
beach.
do.
I ride my bike to go swimming, and then I ride my bike back.
How long do you ride bikes? Because it can hurt your being on a bike for a long time.
Well, first of all,
I remember you said
I swapped out my bike seat and got the cushiest fat ass seat for my bike.
Okay.
And, like the kind that you see with fat old people put on their tricycles. I got that, and I angle it up because that's another thing is bicycle seats push on your prostate, push on your taint there, and you can develop difficulties. You can get like erectile dysfunction and everything from having all that pressure on your taint all that time. So get a comfy seat, angle it right, sit up straight if you're going to be doing the long-term thing. These guys that are bent over on those skinny little seats there, they're going to need the injections. They're going to need Cialis when they get older, man.
Are you serious?
Yeah, that's what I have a friend who's a urologist, and he says, man, coffee, alcohol, and bicycles keep me in business.
Really?
I'm like, well, I'm going to change one thing because I'm not going to drop coffee and alcohol.
So is your seat kind of like a big seat?
Big and cushy.
With the springs on them?
Yeah, big and cushy with the springs on it. I swapped out my handlebars so that I've got a nice upright seated position.
What kind of bike do you have?
I just got today. See, I did have a mountain bike. I had a Mongoose. I had a Mongoose mountain bike that I had just swapped the seat and the handlebars out, so it was a little bit of a cruiser configuration. But then today I got a cruiser. I bought a used cruiser from a friend of mine. Actually traded. I got a bike donated to me that was all like in bad shape, and I traded the bad shape bike for a cruiser in good shape, and then we just cannibalized the bad shape bike to get the cruiser into shape. So now I got a nice cruiser, black and white, just
That's
a
the name of
Huffy.
the brand of the bike, Cruiser?
No, it's the style. It's like the beach cruiser.
I know, what's the name? What's the brand of the?
No, it's a Huffy. It's a Huffy.
What's a
So
Huffy?
it's real cheap. The Mongoose bikes are those mountain bikes that are actually really good. They got dual suspension. They got shocks on the front and that spring on the back, and it's like a two-piece frame.
Yeah.
So it's really good for jumps and shock absorbing and everything. But the cruiser's bigger and faster, easier to ride to the beach. I got a big basket and I put my cooler there, my beach mat, sometimes
Your
my
Coronas,
boat, and I got my or pre-mixed margaritas, depending on who I'm with, who I'm rolling with. They either like pre-mixed margaritas. I got these jugs, and then I just take a lot of ice. And we fill them up there at the beach. Take all kinds of little goodie snacks. I like to take chicharrones and platanitos. I'm all Cuban at the beach. I take pork rinds, I take chicharrones, and the plantain chips to the beach, and sometimes beef jerky.
I can't eat.
And I go with whoever's got the day off, and it's always some female friend or other. We started a club
I see the pictures
called the Bicycult, and we go there, and it's a half-hour ride from where I'm at.
Yeah.
If we hustle, 20 minutes. You can make it in 20 if we ride fast, but we ride really casual. So maybe 30, 40 minutes to get to the spot, and it's a nice ride. It's through Hollywood. We take back roads over the bridge. It's nice little covered areas. We got little routes that we take where there are a lot of trees and everything. So it's a nice little ride. And then I've got a few spots, like within blocks of each other, that nobody goes to on Hollywood Beach. I saw boobies the other day.
Really?
On Hollywood Beach. There were these two girls. They were just, they were like
Europeans.
Probably. And they were like maybe, 50 yards away or something like that. And there was like only them, and then like over in the other direction there was some other old man with a straw hat. So nobody else on the beach. They put their tops on to go swimming, but when they were back at the blanket, they were just sitting up and sunning themselves and everything. So
nice boobies, or?
Yeah, they were young girls.
Really?
So you know what I did?
What'd you do?
I went over and talked to them. I stood over them and I said, "Hey, are you girls from around here?"
Of course you did, George.
No, I did not. I stood there with my phone and said, "Oh, I'm just texting a friend. I'm not taking your picture." No, I didn't. I left them alone. I'm not a creepazoid, man. I sat there with my drink.
But isn't there like a beach? Hollover Beach.
Hollover, yeah,
it's a naked beach. Right?
Yeah, I'm not ready for that, man. I'm a little self-conscious, not because of my.
Like old people, wrinkly people there.
I have no idea. I have man boobs. So I need to lose some more weight before I go to that.
You have man boobs?
They're a little many. I used to have pecs. That didn't help. That didn't help when I started to grow. Get fat. So now, like my pecs actually help my boobs look bigger.
But you skate.
I skate. I bike.
You ride
all my
bike?
fat went there. I got a little bit of a spare tire and man boobs. That's it. That's the only fat I got. My legs are awesome and cut.
Where do you get them from?
I don't know.
Is it fast
Lucky me.
food? Is
all
it,
the estrogen?
Is it the brewskis?
It's because of my mangina. Because of my ovaries. I don't know. Soy they say soy has estrogen in it.
Really?
I don't know. Bad luck, man. That's where my fat goes. It's not like big, like I need a bra or anything like that. I'm just like I used to look good with my shirt off.
You have a hairy chest?
I had a nice torso. It's hairy, but
You shave it?
I don't shave it. I take the clippers and I take the layer off. So.
I have no hair on my chest, man.
Yeah, it's just.
I barely had chest down.
I don't have a lot. So
down in my private area.
I just trim. I just take that curly layer off.
I went to a private school in Chicago, and I was ashamed to take because after gym class it was mandatory to take a shower.
Right.
And I was already 15, 16 years old. I had no hair anywhere, dude. Not even down there.
Wow.
Not even under my armpits.
Wow.
So I was ashamed. All the guys, the guys that have already hair on their nuts and all that stuff, and they would make fun of me. And look at John, doesn't have any hair on his nuts. So I would pretend, and I would tell the priest because I went to a Catholic private school, and I would say, "Yeah, I took a shower. I'm all right. I was just wet my hair, George." Pretend I took a shower, and then I already took a shower, but I was so ashamed to take a shower. I was like a late bloomer, man. And I remember when.
Well, you're lucky,
when
man.
I used to masturbate, nothing will come out, man.
Really? Wow. Can't relate to that.
Late bloomer, man. What time is it? It's 9:30. Okay, well, let's go to a break, and then we'll get to these topics that I have here. We already talked about Donald Sterling. Phil Mickelson involved in inside trading. Dan Marino. And I know George wants to talk a little bit about that.
I do.
Couple books that I'm reading. The groundbreaking history of WFAN. That's the big sports radio station in New York. It's a good book that I'm reading. And we already talked about sleep apnea. Did we talk about when Stiviano got punched in the face by those two white guys in New York?
Yeah. We said it was a good
all
thing.
those guys, right?
You whore.
And this is a good one here. Bo Bergdahl. Is it Bergdahl?
Bergdahl.
Yeah, Bergdahl.
Yeah.
I'm curious to know your comments about that. And I know there's a lot of people very, very, very upset about this. That President Obama gave up 5.
Yeah.
Taliban.
I'll talk about it. I'll say it.
Hopefully we have enough time to get into that. And I might just take up the whole segment, but hopefully we can just break it down and maybe we could talk about that next time, or maybe on George's show. You're not having a show tomorrow, right?
Nope. Going to the beach. Vamos a la playa.
Te vas para la playa con la corona and your pork rinds.
Pre-mixed margaritas. Chicharrones, platanitos.
Who you got? Some girls going with you? Post the pictures, man. I enjoy those pictures, man.
Girl I'm going with tomorrow. She doesn't do pictures.
No?
When you see our drinks or our feet or just the bottom,
she doesn't do pictures.
Yeah, no, she's beautiful though.
All right, follow George on Facebook.
I'll show you pictures.
Give us all your social media. Bang! Give it to us.
Oh man, SoFlowRadio.com has a Facebook page. My personal Facebook is The George Rodriguez. Facebook.com/The George Rodriguez. And the George Rodriguez Show has a Facebook page. But you want to see pictures of my adventures, Facebook.com/The George Rodriguez. I'm always doing stuff.
Twitter, personal.
Twitter, George Report.
There you go,
Jorge Report.
And I'm on Twitter, John Etch13. On Twitter and Facebook, John Etch in the Sports Heads, and also John Etch. And the Heat are losing they're losing by a point, 21-20 in the first quarter. It's early, Heat fans. Don't worry.
Right.
2 minutes left in the first quarter. All right, keep it locked. Last segment of the show when we come back. A couple topics that I just mentioned we're going to get into when we come back. All right, so SoFlowRadio.com is the website. 954-990-0036 is the number if you want to contact me and George here at the studios.
Are you online?
Well, I don't go in for that computer stuff.
Then we're not interested in you. SoFlowRadio.com.
Hi, this is Jeff Cohen of the Pizza Loft. The Pizza Loft has been making the best pizza in South Florida for over 300 years.
Wait a minute. Whoa.
What?
Just because you make the best pizza in town don't necessarily mean you can voice your own commercials.
Why not? Look, I just painted my nails for this.
You just get back in the kitchen and do what you know best, okay?
Well, if you think you can do a better job.
A dead man can do better at this, and I'm almost there. Now scram.
All right.
Now see here. You want the best pizza in town? Not to mention a full menu of mouth-watering Italian dishes at prices the whole family can afford. Then you ought to know by now, Pizza Loft is the place for great Italian dining. And the pizza... Mo knows, I stole my share. That's Pizza Loft, 3514 South University Drive in Davie. Or call 954-916-8880.
Put a team of professional consultants behind your home or business computer with Key Information Solutions, providing solutions to your internet and computing needs while keeping you on the cutting edge of technology. Preventative maintenance and networking support, hardware and custom-built computers. Let Key Information Solutions be your personal tech staff for your home or office with affordable hourly, monthly, or annual rates to fit anyone's budget. Call Key Information Solutions now, 954-973-3374. That's 954-973-3374. Or visit keyinformation.com.
Social media marketing. You know your business needs it. Mouse Media's talented team can cover a wide array of services and will work one-on-one to help you achieve your business goals. Looking for a web marketer, a social media guru, web designer, developer, programmer, or graphic designer? Yep, they got it. Visit them at mousemedia.us.
That's mousemedia.us.
Or follow Mouse Media on Twitter and on Facebook.
Mousemedia.us.
CBC5 is the executive liaison for all your building compliance needs. Serving South Florida from the Palm Beaches to Key West, CBC5 delivers 5-star service that brings...
what's this ABC, BDQ, or whatever?
CBC5. It stands for Complete Building Compliance.
Oh, I ain't building nothing, so what can they do for me?
Well, they do more than plan review and permitting. They help the little guy cut through red tape.
I got duct tape holding together my carport.
Well, CBC5 can help. Let them deal with bureaucrats. They helped Jorge Rodriguez solve a sewer lateral problem, and they saved him a ton of money and hassles.
By City Hall, who can do that?
CBC5 can do that. Now, if you'll excuse me, I have a commercial to finish. Contact Shoddy the Hottie at CBC5, 786-255-3851, or log on to cbc5.net. That's cbc5.net.
SoFloRadio.com remains on the air with free archives thanks to the support of our listeners. Help keep us on the air by clicking the donate button on SoFloRadio.com. And thank you for your generous support.
Man. And with the local DBC news, LL Cool J with a triumphant comeback. More a solo. But tonight,
don't call it a comeback. I've been here for years. I'm rocking my pants, putting suckers in fear, making the tears rain down like a monsoon. Listen to the bass go boom, explosion, overpowering over the competition.
I'm easily distracted.
All right, you thought the song was in the Dropbox?
That's what I thought. Man.
Oh, okay.
I was on autopilot over here.
I'm gonna call Dio. Guess what, Dio?
George messed up.
George messed up. Feel better. Nah, Dio, he does a good job.
Dio's good. He's just these kids. They don't care.
He's all pussy with, man.
That's okay.
You should call him up. What are you doing right now? Oh, I'm with my girl.
Probably none of your business.
We're at the movies. Nah, dude, Dio's all right.
Yeah, he is.
We're going to take him out golfing in a couple of weeks. I think next week. Next Saturday, we're going to take him out golfing.
You know,
for the first time.
His beard lately, he looks like a terrorist.
Oh, my God. He said he's superstitious, like we were talking about earlier. He said he's not going to shave until the NBA Finals are over. So.
Well, we'll see. Yeah, everybody's superstitious. So he looks like a terrorist, like the Bergdahl.
You ever rock a goatee or anything?
I tried for a little while. I had the Van Dyke thing, the little thing right here. It's a pain in the ass, man. I didn't like it.
Well, your goatee would be like real gray, right?
Yeah.
That looked pretty cool,
the only
man.
thing that I can grow really well is a mustache and a beard, like Guy Fawkes. But
yeah.
I like my chin. I got a little bit of a butt chin there. It's the only part of my face I really like.
Another superstitious, when you go like this, that means that you're having a girl.
That means? Yeah, that's a Latin American thing, right?
Yeah,
Latin Americans are very superstitious.
I had a girl first,
But
and I don't have
the mustache. I can't stand smelling my food all day long, and if you blow your nose, you get boogers in your mustache.
So your mustache grows pretty thick.
Yeah, mine does. Yeah,
mine goes like I can't smell it. It grows
and
really.
so yeah, I'm not going to do anything like that. And then I was talking, remember Lucy Lopez from Power 96?
Right.
She was on my show once, and we were talking about facial hair, and she doesn't like it, and this and that. What about this? And people are calling, what do you mean like facial hair? And she goes, why do you want to have pubic hair on your face? Like, that's all I needed to hear.
So now you're clean cut every time.
Yeah, I'm a little stubbly right now, but I think I might shave for the beach tomorrow because I'll show you pictures. She's married. She's a lady. As a matter of fact, such a lady that I didn't even hit on her before she was married because I was. That's how much I did not want to disrespect her.
There's women like that. You like you're not intimidated. You just have so much respect
I
for them.
Absolutely respect her. She's just a good person that I would never disrespect.
There's women like that.
Hey, be the other woman. No. And she makes me food, and she she's like I have a lot of moms. Yeah.
You're not one of those guys that if a girl smiles at you, they think, oh, she's hitting on me.
No,
I'm one of those guys.
I never
used to be
think
one of
that.
those guys. If a girl used to look at me, like give me the eye or just smile at me, oh my gosh, she wants me.
I never think that. I never think that any girl wants me.
And I think that's
because I don't have any money. I live in this town. So you wanted to know about the Bergdahl thing? What I think about that?
Yeah. Let's get into that.
Yeah. Well, real simple, straight up. We should not be there. None of our bases should be anywhere. Let's start with that. This whole concept that with this and that, he should not.
What are you saying? We shouldn't attack. Afghanistan, trying to find Bin Laden.
No. Well, we found him, right? Aren't we done? No, we got to fight this Taliban.
Yeah, but we killed so many people to get to them.
Bigger issue. This is a bigger issue where we have the military-industrial complex that keeps us at war all the time with a whole bunch of people because they profit from it. You got prison industry profiting from people getting sent to prison, so they're lobbying for more, crimes to be punishable, more mandatory sentences. You got people that make weapons that profit from warfare. They're going to lobby Congress for more wars, and they're controlling everything.
Right.
We should not be over there. We should not have military bases on the other side of the world. If our friends can't defend themselves, if we have friends on the other side of the world, sell them some weapons or something like that. But we should not have all these wars going on, all these military bases going on. 9/11. Those were Saudi Arabians, but the Saudis are our friends, so let's attack their neighbors who are the opposite. The Iraqi, we attacked Iraq because of that. They're the opposite of the people that attacked us.
Right.
Those are the Muslims that fight the Muslims that attacked us. But we wanted to have a war. Bush wanted to have a war in Afghanistan, and everybody profits from it. It makes me sick. Guantanamo, because everybody goes, oh, we released 5 high-ranking. We shouldn't have any of those people down there. Guantanamo should not be open. It cost us money. We don't get a return on our investment. As American taxpayers, we do not get a return on our investment for the dollars that we spend on our military. When the ancient Romans, when the Romans would send the legions out to conquer, the legions would come back with gold and goodies and slaves, and the people would profit. The Roman people profited when they sent their legions out. The legions would come back with stuff, and they would increase the territories and the Roman property. The Romans were allowed to colonize that area. Nobody's profiting from all of these wars except these military contractors, and they're not sharing that money with us. It's a lot of bull crap that this is going on in the first place. Everybody's making a big deal in the Republicans because we traded 5 high-ranking, so they say. So they tell us that they're 5 high-ranking ranking.
And they're in the house arresting Qatar right now.
Like, how do we know who the hell they are? This is again some more crap that our government is telling us. Like we know they're high-ranking. They were high-ranking based on some jerkball in our government said that they're high-ranking. Yeah. We don't know who the hell these people are. It could be some guy Bill that drives a taxi cab for all we know in Guantanamo right now, torturing these people. What's Christian about that? And these Republicans, they like to claim that they're Christians. So if Jesus was president, what would President Jesus do? All right? Because they supposedly love Jesus. The Republicans are all about Jesus and no gay marriage because of Jesus and the Bible and Jesus. All right. Jesus is president. Poof. What would President Jesus do with this guy? The Bible has a story called the prodigal son. Remember that story? The father with the 2 sons. Right. The one son was loyal and the other one was a douchebag and went off. He gave them both a bunch of money. The son stayed home and invested the money wisely and took care of his family. And the other brother went off and blew the money on drugs and prostitutes.
Right.
And came back broke. And the father threw him a big party, And the younger son was like, "What the hell, man?"
Put a ring on him. And
right, the ring and slaughter the fatted calf and everything. What the hell, Dad? And it's like, because he's my son, stupid. Because you forgive, because he's family. And this is a soldier. And Nicole Sandler was reading something the other day that the soldiers have a code. For whatever the reason, you don't leave a soldier behind. For whatever the reason, dead or alive, you don't leave a soldier behind. You bring him home. All right? If he wigged out, and none of us, absolutely none of us, unless you're a veteran, a combat veteran, you don't know. You can't relate to what it was like to be there at the time. And all those soldiers know that they're fighting a BS war. Every single one of them knows that they're fighting a BS war, that they're putting their lives on the line for the corporate profits of military industrial contractors. That's it.
Well, would you say all of them? I wouldn't say
some of them are deluded, but whatever. Yeah. But Guantanamo should be closed. All those people that are prisoners in Guantanamo, set them free. Here you go. Go back. There's a reason they hate us is because we're over there. We're over there on their turf with military bases. How do you think the Americans would feel if the Arabs were building military bases over here? We'd wig out.
What puzzles me is that we helped the Taliban in the 90s.
We did. Oh, yeah. They were our buddies because
the Russians.
They were fighting the Russians in Afghanistan.
And now
we armed them.
Now they're our enemies.
And Osama was a CIA operative. And now they're our enemies, again, because they tell us they are. Yeah. We're told. You know, let me tell you something.
So the soldiers that died trying to rescue this, well, not trying to bring this guy back to the base, like that, it's a tough situation there, man. There was 5 or 6 soldiers died trying to, bring this guy back.
They shouldn't. None of them should have been there in the first place.
Yeah,
it's not his fault that those soldiers died. It's the people that sent those soldiers over there in the first place. They shouldn't be there. Right. They didn't attack us.
Right.
Iraq didn't attack us. Afghanistan did not attack us. All right?
We went in there because Bin Laden was hiding out there.
Yeah. But he's a Saudi Arabian, a member of the Saudi royal family. They funded that operation. How come we didn't fund the Saudis? Don't tell me that you're sincere about fighting terrorism when you're not fighting the people that the terrorists came from, the people that funded the terrorists, the people that gave them the stuff and the training, the people that produced the terrorists.
Well,
we're not bombing them.
Aren't they allies of ours?
Yeah, we're told.
Yeah.
Yeah. So no, bring everybody back. Bring everybody back. Here's what everybody should do.
So this guy am I pronouncing his name?
Bergdahl.
Bergdahl. They're gonna. They say that after he gets his mind right and after a couple of months.
Yeah, he's unhealthy.
Right. They're gonna put him on trial or and do an investigation.
Court martial.
To see what he's called. He's called a deserter. He's called he treason.
Go ahead.
He's a traitor.
Have a trial. Have an investigation. Whatever. But bringing him back was the right thing to do. What are you going to do? Can you imagine what these Republicans would say if they didn't bring him back? Oh, look, there's an American soldier and we didn't bring him back. That's what the Republicans would be saying right now if he'd done it the other way. Obama can't do anything right as far as they're concerned, and I don't like him because of the NSA spying and the drone strikes and everything, so I'm not going to defend him. But the Republicans, Obama could drive $1 million to their house, each and every one of them. They would still, say bad things about him.
So you in your opinion, you wouldn't think? Do you think that there was something behind, like the Republicans are saying, the conservatives are saying that, there's something behind this? That Obama will, do this trade? Is there something behind it? Is there some type of agenda that Obama's trying to get that he's trying to do before he leaves office? I
don't know. He promised that he would close Guantanamo.
Yeah.
He was reelected, based on the promises that he made, and that was one of them. We want it shut down. And by we I mean the taxpayers. I'm a taxpayer. I don't want my money going there. You want to solve a lot of problems in the world right now. Every soldier right now. Whatever nation you belong to, wherever you are, reach in your pocket, pull out your ID, your driver's license, whatever it is, look at the address that's listed on there, and go there. All right? You got a home address on your driver's license or on your ID, whatever nationality you're from, go to the address listed on your driver's license. There it is. It's all over.
Yeah.
All the war, not just the war and the bloodshed and the children dying and the people blowing up, but all the money we're wasting on it. We need to be spending those trillions of dollars here on the roads. The bridges are falling into the ocean. The bridges are falling into the water with the cars on them. Everything is crumbling. Our infrastructure is crumbling. The roads are in disrepair. We need hospitals. How about some nice medical helicopters? You know, how about some medevac helicopters for the American people? How about some roofs? How about fixing the levees in New Orleans? How about dealing with some climate change? How about dealing with things that will keep us alive over here? Not just things that just cost us money and kill people on the other side of the world.
Look what Brazil's doing. They're putting up a big fight about this World Cup being played,
Yeah.
this soccer World Cup being played in Brazil. And there's people out there protesting, saying all this money that this country is wasting on a I want to say silly game, but because we love sports, but on a game when this money could go to hospitals, like you were saying, George, it could go to something beneficial to the country.
Look
of
at
Brazil.
what's going on with the veterans right now. All these hypocrites talking about, oh, the soldiers this and the soldiers that and the soldiers that died. We're letting soldiers die right now every day because of this whole Veterans Administration thing. And by the way, it was the Republicans that voted down the funding for the Veterans Hospital. So they look, Obama, and it's on his watch and everything. They're the ones that struck that down and said no to it, like every other budget proposal that was put forth. The budget proposal for the Veterans Administration and the hospitals.
Yeah.
To bring that back up to standard.
There was a documentary that came on a couple weeks ago, George, and I don't know if you heard about this. The country of Qatar. Is it?
Yes.
Is that how you pronounce it?
They're saying gutter on the news.
Gutter or Qatar, whatever.
That's what I'm hearing. I really,
Tomato, whatever.
Yeah, let's say guitar. Toing.
But they were awarded the FIFA World Cup in 2022, George.
Okay.
2022. How many years is that? Six
ways away. You're making me do math again?
Okay, whatever. But check this out, George. You're gonna go ape crap about this. The FIFA is an organization. It's a soccer organization. They awarded this country, Qatar, to the World Cup, right, in 2022. Now, guess what? There's only one stadium in that country, and usually you need 5 to 6 stadiums in order to have this big World Cup, soccer World Cup in any country. Like we had it in the USA a couple of years ago. We had, we have plenty of stadiums here. In Brazil, they have like 6 stadiums. In Qatar, George, there's only one stadium.
Okay.
And what they're doing is this country is hiring people from different countries like India, Nepal, is that how you pronounce it?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, Nepal.
Yeah, all these countries all these men are coming to Qatar to work to build these big old stadiums.
Right.
And so they can have this World Cup in 2022. And these men that are working, that are coming over because there's no jobs in India, there's no jobs in Nepal, there's no jobs in these different types of countries in the Middle East. They're coming over and they're working 70 hours a week. They're living in the slums, these houses that this country has provided for them, and I don't want to say every day, George, but there's people dying,
right, regularly
there, because they're overworked, they're stressed out, because they're away from home. Cardiac arrest has been a big thing there. People are dying of heart attacks.
Okay.
So by 2022, they're predicting that there will be 40,000 men.
Wow.
Will die. Just so the World Cup could come to this country.
Yeah.
Is that disgraceful? What?
They should probably take the bones from those men and use them as like decorations, like the arms on the seats or something. Maybe like the outside, they could do a nice mural by strategically placing their bones on.
And these men are dying, and they're not even bringing the bodies back to their home countries. It's taking forever to get
Feeding
back
them
to
to
their
the dogs.
families. Yeah, it's just
a horrible world. You want my commentary on that? I mean,
just for a game of soccer, George. A game of soccer.
I know, right? But consider this: these men are coming from all these other countries.
Right.
Because there's nothing for them in their own country.
Right.
So do you think they know that they're risking their lives? Because like Chinese people, they stow away on ships in those shipping containers. They risk their lives to come to America because things are so bad.
Mm-hmm.
And the Mexicans, they walk for miles across the desert. Because things are so bad, and people risk their lives to go to another place, another country, all the time. Because things are so bad where they are. So it's their choice, right? I mean, there's slavery. Slavery actually goes on now. So these guys are actually showing up of their own accord, right? Don't they, you know, they're not being captured. They're not
No.
being forced to go there, so they could stay in their own country and suffer, or they could go to gutter and suffer less or risk their life or something. I mean, I think it's a horrible thing, and I think that it's not worth a soccer game isn't worth dying over, but it's not my choice. There's a huge demand, and gutter has the money to hire all these people. Gutter, I know.
Qatar.
Whatever. They keep saying gutter on the news. I don't know. I don't believe it. Yeah, it's a horrible thing, but what are you going to do? I mean, if you ask these guys, if you went to Nepal and said, hey, man, don't go to Qatar, you might die. What do you think they would say? Like, I'm going to die here. I'm going to die of starvation over here, so I might as well go
Make some money.
Make some money, risk my life in the slums, and by 2022, if I'm not dead, I'll be able to come home with some bucks. You know? It's horrible. It's a horrible world out there.
There's no union. You know, if you were to hire a bunch of guys like that, at least try to have a union or something like that, and help them send the money back to their countries, man.
Who's going to be their advocate?
Yeah.
You know, who's going to a union? I mean, these Saudi Arabian countries these Arabian countries are like isn't Qatar like a monarchy? Don't they have a king or a sheikh or something like that?
Yeah, they do. Yeah. Only 20,000 people live in Qatar.
Yeah,
but
it's a tiny little place, but they're very rich.
Oh yeah, very rich, and that's the reason why the FIFA organization gave them the World Cup, because they had the money. Usually the FIFA looks into, okay, how many stadiums do you have, security, etc. But Qatar didn't have any of that.
No.
They didn't have the stadiums to present to the FIFA and say, okay, these are the stadiums where the games are going to be played. They said they only had one stadium, and they said by 2022 we'll have 5 to 6 stadiums where we could play. So FIFA said, okay, here's
big truckload of money, right?
And the FIFA makes all that money.
Sure.
Jesus.
Oil. And that's another thing. That's another thing that the bike thing I'm trying to address. I'm trying to just personally wean myself off of the system, like one element at a time, and sucking up so much gas. I filled my tank up yesterday. God, man. I'm just trying not to burn the oil anymore. Global warming, the price. You're a slave to that. I'm a slave to that I have to drive. I got to figure out a way to drive to the roller rink with my daughter without having to use my car. That's like the only thing that I really need my car for right now, is to pick her up at school and drive to Davie. Hollywood has everything. I'm bike riding distance from everything I need.
Right
here. So yeah, that's the reason that they're rich, is because we suck so much oil. The world uses so much oil. And you know what our biggest oil consumption thing is in the United States? Our military.
Well,
all our aircraft carriers, all our ships, our Navy, the planes, just burning the tanks, everything. The trucks sending supplies over there all the time. We burn a lot of oil, our military. It's a cycle.
Yeah.
We fight wars to keep ourselves supplied with oil because we need oil to fight wars.
Well, wars doesn't wars bring up the economy? It makes it the economy.
For who? For where? How much money are you making off of war dollars? You got a lot of generals playing golf, of course, tipping you.
Well, I know, for example, like this recession is helping out a lot of companies like Toyota, because nobody wants to buy the big-time cars anymore.
Here's another thing you can Google. Google new car graveyards.
Mm-hmm.
They're making new cars. So every country is making new cars much faster than they're being sold, and the manufacturers don't want to drop the price, don't want to interfere with their profit margin, so they're just parking them in fields, and they just keep buying more property, and they're just parking them in fields, and they're rotting, and then eventually they take them and crush them and recycle them and make other new cars out of them. And and you can see them on Google Earth. There's pictures and pictures and pictures of all these fields of cars. It's just thousands of cars that are brand new with the stickers on them, and they just park them there. They're not being sold. It's not just us. It's the Chinese, the Russians, English, France. Everybody's making more cars than they're selling, and they're just parking them in fields. And they're buying abandoned airports and just putting them on the runways. And
what?
Yeah.
And
somebody posted something on Facebook.
And they just recycle them.
And they just recycle them.
Jeez.
So it's a world of waste. It's like on the one hand, we don't have enough for the people that need stuff, but we've got too much of everything. And it's horrible.
And the people are getting paid for doing these cars.
Yeah.
Wow.
But they could be getting paid more, or they could be doing something productive. Those factories could be making something useful.
Yeah.
Like tanks.
What do you think about the Dan Marino fiasco. if you
Well,
wanna call
we've
it
been
that.
hearing about the concussion thing for a long time, and he just withdrew
Yeah.
his suit. I don't know what that's about.
Well,
But-
he's saying he put his name out there because just in case something happened in the future, you know what I'm saying, for his family.
Right.
But now now that he doesn't have a job with CBS because he got fired last year, and then now that it looks like he's trying to get into the NFL, maybe with the Dolphins organization. That's not a good look for him trying to sue the NFL, you know.
Right.
So that's why they're saying that he's taking his name out of that.
I just found out the other day that the NFL is a non-profit.
Yeah.
It's crazy. They make a lot of money.
They just gave $765 million to players with concussion. With concussion syndromes and all that stuff. They gave $765 million. You know how much money the NFL must have just to give $765 million away? That's amazing. And Phil Mickelson involved in inside trading. This is a big-time golfer, George. He's top 5 in the world. And he's involved with Carl Icahn. He's one of the top richest men in the world. What is that? What was that?
Music?
And what was that girl there?
That was a commercial.
Oh, there it is!
We can at least go out with it.
How much time we got left?
30 seconds.
30 seconds, that's it? Oh, my God. I wanted to get into what's going on SoFloRadio.com. Give us a real quick.
On Saturday, because I'm taking the day off tomorrow, we got, tomorrow we got the She Play, Gnarly Charlie's Totally Awesome Retro Party from 4 till 7, Larry the Amigo Million from 9 till 12, and then a whole bunch of other stuff going on that I don't even know what the name of the show is.
Just go on SoFloRadio.com, and we are the Sports Heads, John Edge and the Sports Heads. Next week we'll be at Jada Cole's, a live remote out there in Coral Gables, so just keep it locked here on SoFloRadio.com. Thanks, George. Great job on the 1s and 2s. Next week we'll be back on Thursday from 8 to 10. John Edge and the Sports Head, SoFloRadio.com. Have a great week. Peace.
From high atop 1926 Hollywood Boulevard, you're listening to SoFloRadio.com.